right, we're in. We're on. No problems this time.
Don't mess with anything.
3-4 times a charm, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't jinx it either.
Yeah. Tell me about it, stud. You bum!
You bum!
You bum! All right. Let's give him a show, Coach Isms.
All right. Is my mic working?
I hope so.
Well,
because if it ain't, I'm going to start murdering people.
I'll have to check it out. You might hear like double.
It should be. Yeah, bring it up and we'll hear it.
All right.
All right, we are here at the Henry Ford Village, folks. We've got camera equipment. We've got it all today.
Yeah, man, commercial.
We got a little light drizzle, but
all right, I think I can hear myself.
All right, it's on. Everything's working. Yep, good. Yeah.
Yeah, man is in his squeaky wheelie thingy.
Yep.
He's working the disability angle.
Yeah, I heard it goes great on YouTube these days. You get a lot of super chats.
Hey?
You know, you just start crying that your Social Security check ain't coming because of Trump.
Yep. And you beg Jake to...
I didn't mean that comment, though. That was a bad comment. I'll upset somebody with that. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. But we're joking around about me needing a scooter and being...
I hear the train coming.
Bad back and all. But Coach Isms and I...
Got some horses off here to the left.
Yep. This is State Street. Coach even said we do have some horses, so watch this, guys. I love my computer. Or my, I can give it to you like this. There's them horses. Yep. Train's coming around. You can hear it. Back that way. We got tickets to ride the train later. After we go around the village a bit. And horses are having some hay. All righty.
I guess they normally have a omnibus.
Omnibus? What's an omnibus?
It's closed. A horse carriage?
Oh, yes. They do the carriage, yes.
Oh, that's what these horses are for then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Very good.
All right, so Henry Ford built this, right?
Yes.
Like
brought buildings from all over the world, all over the country. It's pretty cool.
And a train.
Oh, yeah. Trains.
Ah.
Yeah, there's more than one around here.
Be careful not to drive off a curb.
This is an active street, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because when the cars start running, that's when you're really...
wow, so like they have like the old school cars.
Yep. We'll go this way.
Well, I see one.
Yep. You want to follow the map and we'll decide from like going that way?
I'm just following you. You're the...
Oh, all right. I'll get you lost. Trying to think the best way to do this then.
You think I can help you find it?
I'm just trying to a general direction of which way to go around.
Oh,
without doubling back and.
You can go this way and then go around where the Eagle Tavern, Martha Mary Chapel is.
All around down in here.
Make that loop and make a left-hand turn down the porches and parlor area.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense now. Yeah, because that's what we're looking at. See that map?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You sure you want to drive on the road?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
He'll blow his horn at me and go around.
All right. I'll catch up.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the
horse. If you want, we go in there and
filming
look.
stuff for my mom.
Yeah.
She's all into horses and stuff.
Okay. You want to go for the Henry Ford ride? That's what these are for. Go ride the car. That's part of the deal.
Oh, yeah, cool.
We
Well,
can
we'll
do that right now because there's no line.
All right, we could do it.
All right. Because usually I get stuck filming 45 minutes standing in a line.
Oh, then yeah, definitely. Let's hit it while we can.
And then I see what he's talking about going around and all of that. All right, we're gonna take Coach Isms for a ride on the old Model A. How many they got? They only got one running. We're gonna find out. You know what? Then we will go that way. All right. Park this sucker right over here. All right. Don't need that. We got wristbands.
Ah, okay.
Hello. That's what I got a feeling. There's like one car running. Yeah, man. Hunter must still be sleeping. Look, see, look.
What?
Hands free.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your camera.
How you doing?
Okay.
So what car we're going to be driving in?
The setup.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and then it doing a little shake really don't matter because the phone itself has like that, you know, if you're shaking it yourself to help take that out of the picture. What, I got one car running right now? Or two? Oh, two.
No, we probably got 6.
Right now going, okay.
Maybe 5.
Okay.
Now, are these legit? Like, they're not.
No, that's a real car.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Where do you get in? You're riding in the front.
I'm in the front?
Yeah, you're going to sit in the front seat when we go.
You sit in the back.
Oh, that's the ride is the front.
The what?
The ride is the front.
Everybody's in the back.
That's because they've got in the back.
I'll get in the back.
But the ride in the front, watch the guy drive it.
Okay, well, I'll let you get in the front.
No, I ride in the front all the time.
I know, that's fine.
You're the-
I'm gonna chill in the back.
Okay. You're the.
I'm here for the ride.
Yeah, they take care of these cars here and everything.
Yeah, that's nice.
They're all, nothing's fake. Everything you see here today,
It's authentic.
it's everything. Yeah, it's authentic. Nothing's duplicated. I learned, I cock this to the right leg, where I don't have to hold it all the time, where I can just steady it. Isn't that great? Good morning, everybody. We are here at the Henry Ford Village and about to get a ride on, I guess, these are either Model Ts or Model As. I think it's a Model T. When we do get on board, they will tell us what car we're riding in today. Yep. Gotta love that smell of gasoline.
Yep.
I think that's leaded fuel we smell.
This isn't, oh yeah.
Go ahead.
This isn't, those are fake electrical ones that you would
Right.
get at like
They got a big
Disney World.
big speaker on them that make it sound like there's an engine running. Like they do on the electric cars.
Yep. There's no little middle rail to keep you from driving off the road.
Yep. Oh yeah, if we get in his car, certainly. Oh, good, it's them. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, I can see why we're gonna get in the back.
Want to let them go in front of us?
No, they're already. Yeah, if you'd like. Yeah. You guys can go ahead of us. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, no problem. No, go ahead.
doing YouTube videos.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Man Variety Channel if you like to watch stuff. Yeah, Man Variety Channel
Okay.
if you like to watch stuff. I've been here before. We did the Tigers game last night.
Yeah, we were at the Tiger game.
You were last night?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
13 strikeouts?
Oh, I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah, 13 consecutive. They say he's...
They didn't get a hit to the 15th.
I know. Blame me because I got up and went to the bathroom to come back.
For a no-hitter.
Yeah, so was I. I was praying for a perfect game. Oh, I was praying for a perfect game, sir. They were at the game. That's awesome. You have a great day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So how long of a ride is this?
Oh, 10 minutes.
Okay.
You're going to like it.
No, I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just curious. As
Yep.
to the,
It's perfect. So you like how I do this?
yeah, that's good.
I had to, coach, because I needed my arms.
Yeah.
Because I noticed walking with the mayor
Mhm.
and doing this, my back would start tightening up,
yeah.
my hip would start tightening up. As long as I'm moving, I'm okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Good. Glad you're here.
Great day. I mean,
Well, it could be a little nice.
yeah.
This
But,
is one of the oddest.
Did you know this is like a Houston Christmas?
It's like
A Houston
Yeah,
Christmas.
I'm from Texas, so
Yeah, he said this is the weather he gets in Christmas time.
it's a little colder, but it's not.
Yeah. So when the Lions played the Houstons last year, I went down to see the game with him, and there were people in November swimming in the ocean, in the Gulf.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before.
Oh, no.
Like in November.
I lived in Australia for a
Oh,
couple
gosh.
years.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got down there like the second week of December.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah. Well, that's totally, different end of the world. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's.
They get it when we get it.
All right, we got two.
Yes. We're going to jump in the back.
I thought you were getting in the front.
No, we're going to both ride in the back.
Okay, all right.
You want to,
Watch
thank
your
you.
step, watch your hip.
Yep.
I can take it.
Ah.
It's all right. Okay.
Don't get lost. I try not to.
Oh, what if we give him a 50?
We may never come back.
All right. We got a pretty good.
Welcome to our team ride. My name is Bink. We'll cruise around here a bit. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're hanging the flag.
Yeah, we're getting ready for our 4th of July celebration here.
Awesome. This is it. What are we riding in today?
We're riding in a 1923 Model T touring car.
See, Model T Touring.
Okay, cool.
Actually, the touring car was the most popular model of the Model Ts. Reason being, back in the time, most of our population lived out in the country, and they were used to riding in an open horse and wagon. So the idea of getting inside a car that had windows actually scared them.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, they thought for sure, should they have an accident, they get trapped inside. So they preferred the open air car.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Model T was originally built for 19 years, from 1908 to 1927. And in that time, they built 15,007,033 Model Ts.
Wow.
A lot of cars.
Heck yeah.
Now you guys might wonder why the odd number. Well, here's the deal. Henry built cars all over the United States and in 19 different countries. So the 15 million that's in Ford Motor Company over there was supposed to be the last one. However, by the time they got the word out, they had built 7,033 more.
Wow.
So Henry said, build them. What the heck, you don't need to have all those parts laying around.
That's cool. And I know what you mean because I work at the Rouge.
Ah,
So, and then when you look at DeLorean, when he went out of business, he had racks and racks of parts to build the cars
yeah.
of the bodies themselves.
Hey, did you guys go on the Rouge tour? Yeah.
No, we're on vacation this week. My children and my significant other have been.
Well, it's a lot different from when I was a boy.
Oh yeah.
When I was a boy, I went on the Rouge tour, and that's when they still hold Rouge steel.
Yes.
So you used to go to the steel mill,
These buildings wild.
and it would be so hot in there, they actually give you salt tablets.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You go through the Rouge plant, watch them take the steel, and then go through the assembly line, and it was really bad. Now, you go on the Rouge tour, you can eat on the floor there.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, kinda, if you really want to.
Kind of, yeah.
But yep.
Yeah.
He is right about that. It's Bill Ford's baby.
Yeah. Now, the T was originally built from 1908 to 1927. In that time, they built all those cars. For the first 5 years, they were building cars from 1908 to 1913. The price of a Model T was $850. They were built by hand, and it took 10 men 12 hours to build one car.
Wow.
Now, by the end, they also came in 4 different colors over those years.
Were they all?
Red, green, gray, and blue. And the very first Model T, 1909 model built in 1908, was bright red. However, you couldn't pick your color. You had to take whatever color they were. When Henry initiated the assembly line.
That's wild.
Now, at that point, is when he said, you can buy a Model T in any color you want as long as it's black.
Yeah, that was the funny.
Yeah. Now, he chose to paint it black because black was the cheapest color. So from 1914 through 1925, they were all black. But in the last years, 26 and 7, he brought color back again. This time there was blue, green, maroon, phoenix brown, moleskin, and black. And at that point, you could actually pick your color.
I thought at first it was black, and it's wild to hear that he made them different colors
Oh,
and then
yeah.
went to black.
Yeah.
It's the assembly line. They
Yeah,
sped up the process. So why would you slow it down by then painting all these other colors?
That is true.
The point was getting them out. Is this stage here for 4th of July?
Yeah, the DSO, Detroit Symphony Orchestra, they come here
Oh
and
wow.
play, and then they shoot off fireworks. It's kind of a neat thing.
Cool.
Very cool.
You guys see the White House there?
Yeah, that's
That's the Wright brothers' home.
Oh wow.
That's
Okay.
where Orville and Wilbur live with their sister Catherine. And right next to that, where the stripe awning is, that's the Wright cycle shop where they invented the airplane.
Nice.
And it's from Dayton, Ohio. People from Dayton don't like us very much.
took their building. Henry Ford took their building.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, he had the money.
With Henry, by 1918, Henry Ford was a billionaire.
Wow.
So money was no object.
It blows me away.
Yeah. Can you imagine being a billionaire in 1918?
Wow.
What that would be like today?
I learned back in the 80s what it meant to hold the bonds to buildings and have the money, to put things up. for people that wanted it, that needed it.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting.
yeah. Over in that area, guys, that's our Liberty Craft Works. They have glass blowing, pottery shop, weaving shop, printing office, carding mill, grist mill, all that kind of stuff. Guys, we are about at the end of our little journey here. I sure hope you guys enjoyed the ride.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That worked out great.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh, by the way, that White House, that is the birthplace of Henry Ford.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that
He
part.
was born there July 30th, 1863.
Very cool.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. All right, he'll get it.
Oh, we got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a blast. He came from Houston.
All right.
Thank you. Woo! All right,
Back to your scooter.
back to my jitney.
Oh, there's the mobile.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh, well, you learned something you didn't even know.
Right. That was pretty cool. All right. We should be ready to rock and roll. This is as easy as Disney. All right, Coach. Now that we went on a little ride, you get an idea which way we should go now? I think we should go that way.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
We'll end up by the trains at some point.
Well, that'll be in the beginning,
roundhouse. Yeah.
and then we can take that ride at the end.
Well, no, I'm saying the roundhouse over there. That looked.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right. Good morning, everybody. We're going to start going house to house. So I'm just going to pull up and park it. You know, this is how we do.
If you got the fake mayor here,
Yep.
Coach Isms,
Yep.
on loan.
The fake mayor. He's the stand-in. We've got
I
to
don't,
stand.
I don't have the pointy thing because I didn't want to take the mayor's like pointy thing.
Yep. No Bob.
Nope.
He felt that would be stealing the mayor's stick. And
Yep, we miss you, Mayor. Wish you were here.
Yep. Oh, the cycle shop. Oh God, I felt that really good. That shot right through my hip.
Well,
all right. Huh? This is the Wright Brothers Cycle Shop, folks.
oh, that's right. Okay, so this
And
is where
coaches
they did the.
built the bicycles.
I thought they made the plane here.
That too. Yeah.
Because the White House is where they lived, right?
Yep. So
and this is where they
yep.
built the first ever plane in their cycle shop.
So we're gonna open the door and go in because
You want me to open it?
well, these buildings are you go in them,
Oh, I know,
Coach.
there's people in
We
there.
don't look from the outside through the windows.
Gotcha.
I gotta bust your balls a little.
All right.
We wouldn't see a lot if we stand outside and stare in the windows. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead. He must be the tour guide. How are you, sir?
I'm the tour guide. I don't know if I had anybody describe me as a tour guide.
Well, I know
And I guess that
this is the Wright Brothers Cycle Shop.
and I'm giving you a tour, so I guess I'm a tour guide.
Well,
There you go. Very cool. Some bicycles. We got Coachisms hung up here.
Isn't my
Bikes and bikes frames.
historic center?
Oh, that's
Hung
more
up in the
official,
air.
more, yes.
Welcome to the
More-
stream.
more
Good
pay.
morning.
Yeah, not really. More title, but no more pay.
There's the,
Yeah.
That is a model of the 1903 Wright Flyer.
so they did bicycles.
They began in the bicycle.
Wow, okay.
business.
That's
Now, what would you say is the only bicycle component that they actually adapted for their first Wright
it
Flyer?
looks like the chains and stuff.
Chains and gears.
chains and sprockets. That's
No
right.
sprockets.
That's the only
Wow.
thing they got out of their bicycle experience. It was the bicycle chain and the sprockets.
Very cool.
And if you notice, the one chain is twisted. You know why that is? Because you couldn't have the propellers
That's right.
rotating
Opposite.
in the same direction, or they would want to cause the plane to go like that. So you had to have them
They spin.
operating in opposite
I never knew that.
angles, you know,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
clockwise, one counterclockwise.
Makes sense.
And in order to do that, they just twisted
That's wild.
the one chain.
Yeah, all these years, and that is the same theory now in
On a modern prop,
modern prop.
on a modern prop 2-engine plane, the
That's wild.
propellers are rotating in opposite directions.
That's a
Right?
replica
I
of the
can
air.
promise you.
This was a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
And that's a 2/3 replica of the original wind tunnel, which they designed themselves. Which you see, how did they come up with that concept? Because there were very few wind tunnels back then, whether they learned about it from somebody else, but
They
it
knew.
was critical because they needed to do two things. Number one, when they read every scrap of paper they could find and every book of the so-called experts of the day, they learned very quickly the experts didn't know what they were talking about, which I guess would make sense. If they were experts, they would have flown planes by then. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, for example, with the propeller, the expert said, "Oh, for propeller blade angle, just use a boat propeller angle." Well, water and air are two different media, so they realized we have to empirically determine ourselves what the optimal angle is. So they would put a propeller in there and measure the thrust to get the optimized propeller angle. And if you look at a prop powered plane today and you measure that propeller angle, it's
Yeah.
amazing how similar it is to what these guys developed. With the
They
first time.
invented it. I mean,
Likewise, they realized that the recommended cross section of a wing for maximum lift wasn't correct. So what did they do? They empirically determined the optimal angle or the configuration. And again, if you look at that wing cross section and you look at a modern plane today, whether you're talking about jet or prop plane, that is very similar to
Yeah.
the optimized wing
the curve was what gave the lift.
curve. Yes,
Yep.
right?
That's wild.
Adapting Bernoulli's principle.
Yay.
So
Thank you.
amazing. You're welcome.
This is very informative.
Mm-hmm.
My pleasure.
You'll be able to tell your students about this.
Oh yeah.
And the other amazing thing, again, this is the original bike shop, moved here from Dayton, Blackstock and Barrel. Most amazing thing to me is the entire right flyer, including the engine, was fabricated in that little back room, every bit of it.
Okay. Very cool.
Where we're heading next.
Yep. After I shoot this room right here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's
It was
awesome.
built in 3 different sections, that's why you see those little orange
Okay.
things there. And then they had to take them apart after they built them. Number one, to get them outdoor, because the door wasn't very big. Number two, everything had to get loaded on a rail car,
Okay.
moved by rail down to the nearest railroad station to Kitty Hawk, which is on an island.
Mm.
Then everything had to get put in a boat, shipped over to the island. And then, and only then, did they do the final assembly of the complete plane,
Gotcha.
having built it in sections.
I've been to Kitty Hawk also. It's
Oh,
very
it's
cool.
amazing the number of people who come through here.
Yep.
I have not.
It's awesome.
I'm not even bugging this, but the days are fading, so I'm not sure if I'll ever be down there.
Mm.
Oh, you should try.
Well, ironically.
Because I went when I was a kid, teenager.
Yeah, well, ironically, I didn't realize that I used to work for a company that had a big plant in Newport News. So
Okay.
So I would fly into Norfolk a lot. And
Okay.
I would spend weekends. I didn't realize how close Kitty Hawk was.
Yep.
Kitty Hawk closer.
The Outer
to-
Banks, yeah.
No, yeah, closer to Norfolk, Virginia than it is to most of North Carolina.
It's true. It is true. All right.
Anyway,
Thank you.
gentlemen, have a great rest rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Very much. Yeah, this is the wild room
Yeah,
too.
here we go.
Yeah. You know, to think to have a drill press back then and you know, it's hard to believe when people talk about resets and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird. Especially when you watch videos from the early 1900s and they're already driving electric scooters back then. Isn't that wild how it's framed out, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Bandsaw.
Let you get
Oh, I'm fine.
No,
You're
no.
part of the show, man.
Oh, I know, but I'll let you
That's
get
how I always look at it, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be.
Big old belt to run them all, guys. And the belt system.
Yeah.
Each one's connected to the system. That is wild. And out the back door.
Don't trip.
Ugh. Yep, there is a basement. Do not enter. This is good. It's more documenting than anything. We get like 1-2 people.
Yeah.
Hunter's probably still sleeping.
Yeah, wake up, Honor.
Yep. All right. You can walk and I'll grab the cart.
All right.
Got me my Henry Ford mobile scooter here, guys. Yep. Catch up with coachisms. This is the Wright brothers' house. All decorated for the 4th of July. Coach.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
This is their family home?
Yeah. And he said they lived here with his sister.
This reminds me of my grandmother's home.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we don't have 2 means of escape. So we can't have it open, but we do have it open for August 19th, which is the birthday that Catherine and Orville shared. Oh, so we're going on August 19th.
Very cool.
So it's a special day around here. So welcome, gentlemen. And
Thank
welcome
you.
everybody else. Welcome to the Wright Brothers family home. This building was brought from Dayton, Ohio. It was at 7 Hawthorne Street, and Orville and Wilbur Wright grew up in this house, and they're still living here as adult single men when they're working on their airplane. You'll learn more about that in their bike shop that we have next door. And this is the family. So their father, Milton, was a bishop for the United Brethren Church. Their mother, Susan, was a wagon maker's daughter. And that wagon maker had 3 little girls and no boys. And so he needed somebody to help him. And luckily for him, he had a very left-brained little girl there who loved working out in the wood shop with him and assisted him with wagon making. And then when she became a mother, then she did little projects with her kids, and they made their own little pole wagons, and they made sleds together. And she actually invented small things in her kitchen to make her kitchen run more smoothly. So yeah, they got a lot from her. From the father, they learned to love to read and to research and follow their passions. And I am tossing the ball to my friends here right now because I have to go next door and give the next guy their break.
Have you been to the cycle shop next door?
Yes.
Yes.
That was only about a couple of blocks away from this.
Oh, okay.
We put together so you can see them
That's a
both,
good idea.
both in context. Notice they didn't have any electricity.
Hmm.
It was,
The
gas
Oh,
lights.
wow.
And they have a gas fireplace, and even a gas
Well, I hope
stove.
my
in the kitchen.
grandparents could have seen
Yeah, get the
that.
lights.
Oh,
right there.
that's fun.
Yeah.
All from Michigan Farm.
We converted them to, we don't use kerosene in them, but you can use them with that lamp oil in it.
Oh, yes.
Get your own.
Huh.
Very cool. You can see the wicks.
There's one on the wall there, but
Yeah.
the wick is removed.
Very cool. Very cool. What do you think?
This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fancy building because it's city. And the city's being a busy area. It's not
The Wright brothers did the woodwork that you see here. Canisters.
Oh, cool.
Fireplace. They were expert woodmakers.
Wow.
Crafters. Came in handy when they're making an airplane with a wooden frame.
Oh yeah.
No template to that.
Wild. You notice the doors are shorter? Well, that's a big closet.
Underneath
Or
the staircase.
okay. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah,
But I do. They say everybody 100 years ago were smaller
Well,
in some aspect of.
we do have better nutrition, but we had a lot of tall people, George Washington,
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. So we still have tall people, but I guess maybe as a group, we are healthier.
Yeah.
So we try to go a little taller.
Here's the kitchen, dining room actually.
Yeah, the dining room, the kitchen is a joy to it. There's a pantry off the back.
Get your baby seat.
Yeah.
The Wright brothers never married, but their brother Warren lived just about a block away. He would bring his children over to see Uncle Orville and Uncle
And
Wilbur.
Wild had no kids.
They were from Dayton, but they had no time for Dayton.
You really can't see into the kitchen. It's through the windows. Oh, thank you.
You'll be able to look into the kitchen through the screen door.
Okay.
You'll be able to see the ice box and the pie saver on the other side.
Thank you.
Gas stove.
Thank you. Yeah, right here. All right.
You see the picture of the airplane taking off?
That's locked, so you can see.
Bicycle shop.
Yeah.
That's where that was developed. They used that carriage shop as their photography studio.
That's wild.
Now it's just a garden and shit. But they had to wait until they got all the way back home to Dayton to develop the negative to see if they actually had a picture.
Wow.
That is crazy. Didn't know that either, Coach.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Watch your stuff there.
Oh yeah. That must be the outhouse. You got to go, Coach?
Nope. I'm good.
This is beautiful here. They're setting up for the 4th of July, everybody. I hope you 3 people that watch this later enjoy it.
Yep, Honor.
You know, this is where I can go dozens of fans.
It's all right. I'm going to get my classes to watch this stuff.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, I got to keep it PG then.
Yes, very much.
I think I'm doing all right.
Yep. I might go through. You might need to give me like the power of edit.
Yep. I think we'll go right across the street and walk over. I don't think anybody's going to want to steal my jitney.
Take your keys.
Yep.
Watch your step. That's pretty cool that they have cars just cruising through town.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a little bus thing going on.
People
Too.
staged. Like that house is like supposedly from the late 1800s when we drove by.
Uh-huh.
The dude sitting on the porch and the guy was working the garden.
Yeah.
And that's what their job is, to pretend like that's their property.
Okay, so it's like what?
Reenactment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we got Mrs. D. Cohen's. It's the fancy goods and dry goods. I guess it's a grocery store.
Yeah, dry goods.
Yeah. Oh, she's
Gents
got hats in the
furnishings?
window. Okay, it's a hats.
Ladies' hats.
Ladies' hats.
Wonder if
Okay.
they have lady boots.
Lady boots. What the hell are lady boots?
I don't know. That's a Wog thing.
Oh, okay.
It's an Elvis Wog thing.
Hello, everybody.
Oh wow.
Hello.
Welcome to Mrs. Cohen's Millinery. Have you folks been in here before?
First time.
All right, welcome. You folks have just traveled back in time to the year 1895. That's when this building was still in Town in Detroit. In fact, you can actually see a photograph of the building in its original location with the original owner standing in front of it. Well, not original, but one of the owners. That woman right there is Mrs. Elizabeth Cohen. She was about 35 at the time that photograph was taken, and that's when she was in ownership of this building itself. So this is her hat shop that she was running by herself, as unfortunately she had just lost her husband Daniel to pneumonia, and that left her with 4 children by herself to raise that were 10, 7, 4, and 1.
Wow.
So she did a lot to keep her family afloat. For example, she still ran her milliner's business on top of continuing her husband's business of selling dry goods, which we now call sewing supplies, as well as gentlemen's furnishings, which you would not find in a woman's hat shop otherwise. But on top of that, she also owned the building that was directly next door that she rented out.
And she also lived upstairs with her family, and she rented out an extra room that she had to boarders, which would have been unmarried men who needed a place to stay that were working.
Very interesting. Thank you.
She probably said them too, didn't she?
She did. She did all the cooking, she did all the cleaning, she did all the mending for them, took care of them when they were sick. Basically, it's kind of like, for lack of a better term, rental wife at that point. Because if, you needed a place to stay and you were a man at the time, you didn't know how to take care of yourself without a woman there. Keep in mind, this was 1895.
Interesting.
But everything underneath our glass is from that year or earlier, and they represent what she would have sold.
Very cool. Thank you.
Of course. If you have any further questions, please ask.
This wild stove.
You look very nice, I like the black.
Why, thank you. These were the height of fashion at the time. They were called leg of mutton sleeves.
Uh-oh.
We called that because they looked like the back legs of a sheep. And the idea is kind of like shoulder pads in the 80s, where you look wider up top here, so you look slimmer in the waist.
Ah, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can you explain this over here, this object? It has a dead bird in it.
That is a fan.
Okay,
So-
I thought so.
Unfortunately, finding taxidermy birds like that inside of a shop like this is not uncommon in the slightest. Probably not in this particular shop, because Porktown was lower to middle class. And taxidermy birds were considered a very, very expensive and fashionable piece to attach to your hat. So for example, this would be a very expensive hat to own, and as you can see, there's a little fake stuffed bird on top.
I didn't see the bird.
Oops,
Oh, there he is.
That is wild. Thank you for asking me. Is that informative?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I know
I
that.
think I'm gonna kidnap your wife and take her with me and play around here.
What are you gonna do with her?
I'm gonna use her on my YouTube channel. She's asking all the right questions. Thank you.
Of course, if you both haven't been already, I recommend going across the street to the right cycle shop.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Well, there's also the Ford bird home that is right down the road.
So let's go to that one then. I guess that should be open too then.
What's that?
This building right here.
That's the Ford Motor Company.
Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Might be. Let's go. Yeah, it's got a ramp. Whoo! How you feeling? Good?
Yeah. Good.
I feel great.
See, it's too hot for you. Breaking a little sweat.
Yeah, I am. This is the Ford Motor Company. I don't know if this is a building we go in or not. Oh yeah, it looks like it is. Oh, let's see what we got here.
So, after two failed attempts, Henry Ford succeeded in the automotive business with Ford Motor Company. Building is modeled after the company's first factory located on Mack Avenue in Detroit. Workers built several early vehicle types here, starting in 1903. They soon outgrew the factory and moved to a larger building in, it's close to Pickett Avenue in Detroit, where the Model T was created. Replica is only 1/4 size of the original building, built in 1945
Greenfield Village.
in this area.
Very
So this is where
cool.
they would have made those original different colored
Designed
cars.
them.
Well, the model, what was it, like the,
The T and the A.
yeah, this
Yeah.
because 1903,
Yeah. That was the A, I guess.
yes,
I
and that was
get
the one
them-
with the different colors.
Yep.
And then once he built the factory, or the whatever it is, the line, that's when
That's what he invented.
Yes.
Was the assembly
The
line,
assembly
not
line,
the
there we go.
car.
yeah.
That's the wild part people misunderstand. Yeah, I've never walked into this building actually.
Oh, there's one of the red ones.
Yep. It's a valve cover, it looks like. Oh, look at this. Like he's talking in the.
We started making some of our own parts for the Model N.
Well, that seems like the obvious thing to do.
Well, in the rear view mirror perhaps, but I implore you to remember, Ms. Dunbar, that we were building an industry from the ground up.
Big old furnace.
We made the process easier. The easier it is to make, the cheaper they sold. And therefore, the greater number will be purchased.
That was all the time.
Of course.
The 15th million Ford. Look at that.
It's the Model T Touring. That's what we wrote in.
Yep. Very cool. And then we got a nice engine sitting here, folks. That is something to see. Right back around.
You go out this way.
Yep, got back into the
Oh, I got you.
furnace.
Yep.
Piping system. Very cool. All right. That is wild. I think to cast things like that is amazing. You know?
Yep. Yep.
That blows me away with that kind of thing. Yes, sir, folks. Henry Ford Village. We actually got some weather, some decent weather right now.
You better go get your scooter before they give it a ticket.
Yeah, I might get a parking ticket. All right. Ready? I love it. No one acts weird. Oh my God, he's filming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like they know the.
Yep.
Most of the tour guide people are. Notice she said, "Welcome, gentlemen," and everybody else.
We've got a comment, folks. We've got a comment. Guess who?
Hunter.
Hunter.
Welcome, Hunter.
Well,
We are
funny looking bra I'm wearing. Come on, Jakey Poo.
Yep, yeah, man's got his bra on.
Hey, I see that. I got a returning member, folks. We got Jakey Poo, the #1 member, folks.
And here we have a Model Y.
This is the Model Y. Is Yeah Man driving it?
Yep,
Model
yeah,
Y?
man, yep.
All right. Let's get rocking and rolling. We're going to follow Coach Isms wherever he wants to go, I think.
Well,
welcome to the stream, guys. Got a nice pace for today. Going to give you some good content, quality content.
Yep, you only get it here on the Man Variety.
Yep.
Oh, and my phone's ringing. Is this the firehouse?
It looks
Or
like
just a town hall, or
no. That's trying to sell you Starbucks.
well, I know what it is now. Hey, members, show your cards there. You save.
Yep. Here's the now this the carousel coach is actually from the early 1900s.
See if Lila was here.
Yo, she would be all over that. Oh, she did bring it up last night. Yeah, we didn't take her on the Ferris wheel. Or the the Ferris wheel. They have a baseball Ferris wheel. If she got home, that was the first thing she told her mother. If she would have said something, we would have took her.
Yeah, you almost forgot about the drummers after the game.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Until you heard them and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I think. Uh-oh, they broke the ramp, guys. They're gonna fix it.
They might need a forklift driver there, yeah, man.
They got a lot of stuff going on here. They're setting up for a major.
Yep, we heard earlier on our little tour, the orchestra's coming here.
Yep, Detroit Orchestra. All right, so we're gonna go around over here.
A lot of Motown.
We are coming up.
It's not the orchestra, it's the Mokestra.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one, Coach. We got J.R. Jones Choice and C.
Boots, dry goods.
Yep. We're gonna check this building out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
drive
it's
on
gotta figure
down.
out a way to negotiate up there.
Yep.
Got a tavern over here.
Oh, there we go, folks. Check this building out. Push, pull, open, push down and pull in, push in, push down, push in. Yeah, man ain't breaking no doors here, folks. Woohoo! So they had air conditioning back in the day, I can see. Every one of these old houses I walked in, it's like beautiful 68 degrees. And
You haven't walked in enough because a lot of them are not.
oh,
okay.
man. All right.
Post office is welcome into 1886. This federal store comes out of Waterford, Michigan,
Waterford,
which
Michigan.
is 35 miles north of here. It comes at the tail end of the industrial age, so most of the things you're going to look at are mass-produced items that the proprietor of the store could have ordered using his telephone, and they could have come in by way of letter. The telephone, by the way, was the only one in Waterford for a short time, for a time.
Wow.
Today we have over 5,000 objects in the store. Okay, 3,000 of those are original artifacts to 1886 or before.
Very cool. Oh, Hunter, can you hear everybody good?
Yep. Can you hear me
This
over
place is
here?
amazing. Can of corn. Man, canned.
Yeah, man. Can't tell that I'm talking. I've got my own little mic.
Could you
thing
hear
working.
him talking, Jake and Hunter?
Can you hear
Just
me?
curious.
Mm.
You know how I always ask. I want to make sure we got
That's
some
right.
good audio. This is very cool.
This is Yeah Man variety show exclusive here, coming to you from the Henry Ford Museum. And this is the Greenwich Village or some village.
Mm.
What is it called? Oh,
Okay. What's that?
What's the name of this village?
Henry Ford Village.
Oh, it's okay.
It's
so
the
I thought-
Greenfield
the
Village.
Greenfield. That's yeah. It's
Yep.
the Greenfield Village.
Yep. Hunter said he could hear him, but just how about the lady when we were in the other building? Did you hear her nice and good?
So Hunter can hear me.
Yep. He can hear. Oh, he can hear you.
Okay,
He
good.
can hear me.
Well, when you like go and point places and somebody's talking, I try and like head that way. So
Oh yeah. No,
Pick
no,
it
you
up.
don't have to.
I know. Well, it's
We're live on YouTube. But we have our mics, and our mics kind of keep us. So I try not to be rude. I don't want to go,
Right.
you know. But they keep it where you hear a lot of us. It cancels the background.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was asking my listeners, we got 2 people watching. One's in New Zealand. And where the heck is Hunter? Minnesota, probably?
Either that or Wisconsin.
Yep. When you tell me I can hear you, you're just low. But that's okay. It's a quiet room. But it works. But like I've stood places in shows where it's loud in the background and someone's talking to us from 3 feet away. You can't even hear what they're mumbling. But it's great. We love this place. What do you think it is? It's something else, huh?
Yeah.
So this would be like the store, like back in the day, you'd walk in and get all your stuff that you needed to go out on the trail.
So, yeah, you would have walked in, you would have given someone behind the counter your shopping list, and they would have gone around the store collecting whatever you would have needed.
Okay.
This does come at a time where people are starting to make less things at home, but people would have still been making a lot of things at home. Like we had a large collection of canned goods, but women still prefer to can their own vegetables and fruits. So those wouldn't have been sold that much. So the owner, J.R. Jones, just liked to have everything to show that he could get anything.
I can remember watching movies that were made about like the time frame and everything. You know, like he's saying, you went in and handed them the list, and they went and shopped for you, and they knew where everything was.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was anything you wanted, he had, he could order it for you.
Yep.
He also had a catalog that you could flip through if there was any.
Yeah, wow, 100 years ago, 1890s. That's crazy. It's wild.
Kind of like the game Dead Red Redemption.
Yeah,
shop.
yeah. He even agrees.
or
Yep.
whatever. The
It
red
was
out.
wild. I understand the whole theory of how they went to mass producing things that people would just make in their homes. Very interesting.
And of course, he sold fabric.
Off to the left over here.
Oh, do they sell anything in the store, or is it all just to look at?
Not.
You probably have to go to the gift shop.
That was a question Jake just asked.
Oh,
Like,
They used to sell candies, but that was back.
okay, okay. So they used to sell candy, Jake. That's your answer right there.
But now we just have stuff to look at.
I need the magic oil though for the painkiller. Yep. That's oh look, it works on diarrhea, guys.
Oh gosh.
It says it. I'm just reading it.
Is
You
that
got
what
a-
you're actually?
You got a toothache? Look, it even says it works for sciatica. I need the magic oil, coach,
It looks like it
because I have most
cramps,
of those things.
cramps.
I want you to buy striped candy sticks. LOL. You're a smart ass, Jake. Would love you. All right. Can of corn, folks. Heard that
Yep.
term last night at the baseball
We
game.
did. Yep.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful day. So this is how Jake must still have to shop in New Zealand.
Oh gosh.
You got to go to the old time store, pull in.
Yep. That's a fancy looking watch.
The clerk is a snake oil salesman, Hunter says.
Oh boy.
I am not.
You want to confront this guy? His name's Hunter. You could tell him you're not a snake oil salesman.
Snake oil salesman. We just sell what snake oilers give us.
There you go, folks. You heard it here.
I'm not the snake oiler.
He's not the snake oil. He just sells it for the guy that makes it. That's a good one. I call you this. The snake oil salesman. Hunter's a riot. Yeah, he just sent you a smiling face with tears.
Have a good one.
Oh, yeah. Have a great day. Ah. And then Jake wrote, tell him Hunter's gay. But we can't go there. I don't want to embarrass that poor kid. That was awesome,
We don't
though.
want to get kicked out of the
Yep. All right, we
Green-
got
Green
another
Village
building
or
here.
whatever.
So
we
I'm
got
gonna
a tavern.
tavern. Uh-oh. Does that mean we might have to
Hey, we got to try the cuisine.
yeah, or we might have to, what do they call it? We might have to hydrate.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, Eagle Tavern. Yep, I've come up with the idea. I'm just going to follow Coach Isms wherever he goes now.
Yeah,
But
follow
that
my
will
nose.
eventually get us around the place.
It always knows. Entrances. Oh,
Hey, my friends, how you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
I couldn't be better. Thank you kindly for asking. You travelers looking for something to eat or drink?
we could be.
We could be.
Sure. You ever been here before?
No, not in the tavern.
My goodness, welcome to the Eagle Tavern. You'll need to remedy that soon. My name's Kelvin Wood. I bought the place last year in 1849.
18
My name on the sign hanging out
Oh,
there.
okay.
Me and my wife Harriet moved here from New York. Got a farm a couple miles down. That's a fancy looking snuff box you got there.
Yes, sir.
Well, we got our bill of fare posted here. You
All
gentlemen are looking for something to eat. This is what we're serving right now. It changes throughout the year to reflect what's in season. But this center column here is what we're serving right now. All our recipes are brand new, authentic to 1850 right here. Some of them maybe a little older than that. All our ingredients are locally sourced, some from the farms here in the village. And we'll sit you down at long candlelit tables. It's nice and cool inside.
That's always a bonus.
There you go. And we got a full bar as well, temperance and non-temperance. You drink what you want. We don't judge. We'll ID, but we don't judge.
Hunter wants to buy his top hat.
Oh gosh.
Oh, now this is a gift from my wife. I'm keeping this. Very important to me.
Yep. All right. Well, you heard it, Hunter. I'll show him what he's talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
This guy's from 1890 something. He'd never seen this stuff before.
What's that?
Ask him if I can buy his top hat.
Holy smoke!
Ask him if you got raccoon steaks and long grass leaves.
Raccoon steaks on long. We don't have that, but I got stewed rabbit.
Stewed rabbit.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of compliments.
There you go, guys.
And in fairness, those are only the rabbits who didn't leave my garden when I told them to.
There you go. Very cool.
But yeah, we're here till 11 to 3 o'clock. My wife Harriet will be serving dinner.
Sounds good.
So if you got an appetite or thirst, come on by the Eagle Tavern. Take
All
care of
right.
it.
So walk around a little bit more
Yeah,
and
then
maybe
come
come
back,
back. All right.
Splendid. I'll save your room at the table.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Jake, you can go down another rabbit hole, he says. He's still having a conversation. Yep, we're enjoy.
Fine horse you got.
I had to get something.
Yeah, you ever think of selling it? Come talk.
Oh, I will. Thank you, sir.
The Model Y.
All right.
Let's go over here to the church
Yep.
or whatever this
We're
is.
going to wrap right around and head down that other street. So
Yep,
that's perfect. Okay. What does it say? A taste of history. We got 4. We got Jake, got Hunter. I'm happy you guys are here. Much appreciated.
Got some lurkers,
We got 2
per
lurkers.
usual.
We have a beautiful church here with a tall steeple.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yep.
Let me get a picture of this.
These are all real buildings, folks, that Henry Ford moved and brought here. So y'all watched my car stream the other
Yeah,
weekend.
the train in the background. We'll be riding
Very
that later.
good. You hear the train coming from the background.
Yep, yeah, man's trying not to drive off a cliff.
Jake, you're a riot.
Martha Mary Chapel.
Hey, Jake said you have to go confess. You got to go like.
That's man's job. I'm pretty good. Lord and I are pretty tight right now.
Good.
Churches like this one were often built at the center of New England towns. Churches were a center of the community, center of community life during the colonial times. They were a place to gather both spiritually, socially. Townspeople came together to attend church services, socialize, sometimes share a meal, and we got the train going by. I don't know how that's being picked up on the mic, but
Oh, it don't.
all right.
These are noise canceling.
Okay.
It's us.
Okay.
It ain't like
Yeah.
the background's beating us up or
Sometimes
something.
noise canceling use a must. So
Yeah.
anyway, Henry Ford built this chapel to tribute his mother, Mary, Lodigot Ford. His mother-in-law, Martha Bench Bryant, built in 1929 in Greenfield Village.
All right. It should be open. No directions on this door.
In Bradford, Massachusetts. The Mary Chapel was completed in 1929, and the bronze bell, cast by Paul
Enter the church.
was obtained for the chapel's bell. The chapel is currently used for wedding ceremonies, but no regularly scheduled services are held. In Greenfield Village, this chapel illustrates
Share it out, Jake.
churches in American
And
colonial
Wow,
these
that's
buildings are nice and cool, by the way. So if you do take this tour,
and social needs of the local population.
good little stops.
Yep. Hopefully.
Now he shuts up.
Yep.
It's just like they don't need a live tour guide in here. People are afraid to get struck by
What is
lightning.
wrong with you two? What did we do wrong? Nothing. No, Hunter says God will forgive you both. I think they're just messing with us.
The Martha Mary
Oh,
Chapel
here we go.
is one of 6 non-denominational chapels that Henry Ford erected as tributes to his mother-in-law, Martha Bryant, and his mother, Mary Litigo Ford. Using bricks and doors from the Bryant family home in which he and Clara Bryant were married in 1888, Henry Ford built a chapel similar to the Universalist Church in Bradford, Massachusetts. The Martha Mary Chapel was completed in 1929, and a bronze bell cast by Paul Revere Jr. in 1834 was obtained for
Paul
the chapel's
Revere.
bell.
Junior.
The chapel is currently used for wedding ceremonies, but no regularly scheduled services are held here. In Greenfield Village, this chapel illustrates the importance of churches in American colonial settlements, where they fulfilled both the spiritual and social needs of the local population.
Very cool.
Got a basement down there.
Yeah. And these
And
are
above us is a-
these aren't normal lights, guys. These are well, yeah, they are normal lights.
Above us is a
I
balcony.
thought they were gas lights, but then I can tell it's a light bulb.
Got the balcony up above.
Oh, I couldn't. Can you? Oh yeah.
You can see
So
it's up there.
if I do a boom
The Martha
boom,
Mary Chapel is one of
I gotta
6
do
non-denominational chapels
one of
that Henry
these.
Ford erected his tribute.
And one of those, and then you guys can get a little bit of that balcony maybe.
Using bricks and
Then we
doors
tilt her
from
back
Greenfield,
around and up
Pennsylvania,
and
Steve
down.
Clara Bryant were married in
Technology, folks.
Yep.
Henry Ford
Technology.
built the Chapel
All right.
University.
Back to
That's the
yeah,
Henry
man's
Ford.
horseless carriage.
Yep. All right.
So I think we go and hit these the little road here.
Yep, we'll go
And then we'll
down.
come back along here
Oh, okay.
and then go to the railroad stuff on the opposite
Wait,
side.
wait, we go this way and you see how far we're
Oh, I
getting
know how far
involved.
we're going.
All right.
We've already rode it.
Yep, that's true. All right, we're ready. I'm right here. Thank you, Jake, very much so. Jake shared it out.
Nice.
Yep. Stay tuned, Jake, because we got today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then Thursday we're gonna end it with a car show. So it's really worth hanging out.
Oh, there's the Canadians.
Yep, more Canadians. Gotta check their maybe we have to call ICE. Uh-oh. This ain't good.
No, he's gonna take a right. Yeah, man's worried about getting in a wreck here.
Yep.
All right, that is the school of the time that we just passed.
The nuns don't want to tag along. Well, you know, whatever you guys can do. What's up, promoter? How are you? Yeah,
Is that Carlos?
Is that his new name now?
I
The
don't know.
promoter?
I think so.
It might be. It's got a wrench, so no matter how many times he changes his name on my channel, we're gonna head this way to the school.
If you want, yeah.
Guess I should have just drove on the sidewalk.
I thought you were going past.
Oh well,
it.
I guess that would be my plan from now on. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're here live at the Henry Ford.
Yeah, man's horseless carriage has a mind of its own.
Yep. Oh.
All right, Dearborn Public School.
Yep, he read it for you.
In the late 1800s. You may have watched
Teacher.
for a one-room school like this one.
Okay.
If you didn't linger along the way, you would have time to play with your friends in the schoolyard before the teacher rang the bell to begin class. Then it was time to settle down for a full day study, which may have included reading and
Very cool.
spelling, geography, history.
And that's wild. This stove is right in the front, Coach, at the bell.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
But the stove's right in the front, and the pipe goes all the way out the back. That's pretty cool.
Oh, we got a dunce cap over here.
Oh, here we come.
Got apples on the teacher's desk, a bell.
There you go, folks. That's for Chicky Poo to wear. There's that wood burning stove I was talking about. Very cool. We're doing great. All right.
I think we need too much more explanation.
Yep.
Not many of our viewers attended this sort of building.
Yep.
They were kicked out, like Bergs, or they just never went. And you know, Mark
We're
went to
4x4 in it, folks.
Mark went to something like this, but it was a seminary, you know, preacher type.
So Coach Isms drank his first Timmy Hortons coffee today.
I did. Watch out for the curb there, buddy.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
Porches and parlors. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
George Washington Carver cabin over there.
Oh, so we are. Let's go.
That's not the George Washington. That's George Washington Carver, which is another George Washington. You go and I'll read it while you go in.
All right.
All right, George Washington Carver cabin. This is a renowned black scientist, George Washington Carver, analyzed crops and other plants to identify hundreds of products made from them. He also wrote dozens of educational publications advising farm facilities about health, nutrition, and agricultural practices. Carver was born in rural Missouri about 1863, later earned a from Iowa Agricultural College before moving to Alabama to teach and direct agricultural research in Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute. Carver's work caught Henry Ford's attention, built this cabin as a memorial to Carver, and presented it to him in 1942. Sorry. Now Carver was famous, I believe. This isn't written on this thing, but he is famous, I believe, for the crud, not corn. No, there's some. What was Carver famous for developing? Something that he grew.
Peanuts. That's what was. Where's the? That's what the promoter just said. The peanut.
Yes, but I thought it was more of a specific type.
Where are the college girls? He said.
Uh,
Okay. No, this.
They saw us coming and they ran. Yeah. I don't blame them.
This is very cool, though. Each of the then 48 states, Alaska, and the District of Columbia distributed the following different woods for the handling in George Washington Carver's memorial. That's wild. Y'all can pause and read that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mark would know all about this since this is he went to college in Alabama, except he's the wrong color for Mark to know anything about.
It could be true. You knew a lot.
Yeah, this dude was very bright. Soybeans. Yeah, he would get oil and stuff from these plants that nobody else.
Pecan, Texas.
Yeah.
White oak, West Virginia. Holly from Delaware. Yellow oak, Connecticut. Very cool, folks, when they say that this place was built with multiple different woods. All right, let's head on down. We're going to ease on down the road.
So was that guy's tavern like legit, or was he just?
Oh, no, that's real. We're going there and eat, yeah.
Okay.
They ain't messing around here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Kathy was telling me. We're going to eat lunch here, too.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Oh, but dude, look at this. That was pretty cool. I'm going to send that one to my sister.
The Jackson home they're building right now. That must be a replica. Especially if they're building it.
We're still building things. You go, I'm good. Got a tea coming up.
Am I shooting that car?
Oh, that's a bus.
Is it in the screen?
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to get me a good idea of. There we go, folks. How do you like this camera work? I hope I'm doing all right there for Jake.
All
So
right, we got
right
the
here.
Chapman family home. This is a modest house that was the home of country school teacher John Bernard Chapman and his wife Susie during the early 1870s. You can go in there and I can read, I think.
Yeah, you're doing great. I like how we're doing this.
During the 1870s, Chapman taught several terms in a one-room school in Dearborn, Springwells townships. Rest of the time, Chapman worked as a farmhand and as a cooper, making barrels for the local farmers. Chapman also known for his ability to keep order in the classroom, which I kind of need some of that. He taught during the winter term when the older boys attended school since they were not in need on the farm. Chapman was Henry Ford's favorite teacher. When Chapman moved from Scotch Settlement to Miller School, young Henry followed him. This was built in 1860 in the Dearborn Township in Michigan.
All right, now we can walk in. The coach is done reading that, and he'll see why. Because they got live audio in here. So we give you.
The furnishings are mostly mass-produced and inexpensive.
Ooh, they got bacon in that pan. And the eggs, fake eggs. Yep.
This simple house, built in Dearborn Township, Michigan, was the home of John Brainerd Chapman, Henry Ford's favorite teacher. Chapman and his young wife Susie lived here during the 1870s, when Chapman taught at the Scotch Settlement School and later at Miller.
Very cool.
Most school teachers were women, but men were often hired to teach the winter term in rural areas in the Midwest, when farm work lessened and the older boys could more easily attend school. Male teachers
Straight across the street to the other schools.
All right. This is William Holmes McGuffey schoolhouse. Students learn to read and write in frontier schoolhouses like this one. The log schoolhouse named for educator William Holmes McGuffey evokes one-room schools that dotted the frontier in the early 1800s. Beginning in 1836, McGuffey created a series of textbooks geared for students of different ages and abilities. Over the next century, millions of school children, particularly those living in the frontier and rural areas, used these popular books, including Henry Ford. In addition to their lessons, students were expected to do chores like bringing firewood, washing the blackboards, and cleaning snow from the school doorsteps. This was built in 1934. In this village, logs come from McGuffey family property in Washington County, Pennsylvania.
About the permitting and the potential hurdles that you could encounter, whether it be curfews, reverse curfews, highway, degrading, escorts, bucket trucks. There's no way to underestimate the complexity of this. A lot of this was real time, which made it that much more difficult.
During the move, the house.
So come and sit for class.
Find a suitable location to park this brush for this size, and then leave and go and find a hotel. So we're here in a rented 30-foot mobile home that's experiencing,
All right.
and we have duty of care for our staff, and then we coordinate the duty of care for our residents. We have to be here to make sure that nothing happens to it on the way up. Every evening when we stopped, I went in and I examined the walls and the ceiling and the woodwork to see if there was any structural damage.
A lot of wood in there that's been put in place just to make sure that it doesn't rack and move, and more plaster than is necessary hits damage in transit.
This encapsulates team building to the greatest sense of the word. And none of us lived in our traditional roles. We had the hopscotching to actually.
George Washington portrait over the fireplace, guys. Very interesting.
Two film crews working with document this journey out. And we work like
Alright.
clockwork and leapfrogging to get at key moments, every state line.
Very interesting.
It was amazing to see how a structure like this could take up 2 lanes of a highway and what is involved in shifting lanes. There were times when you could hear over the radio system, you have 11 inches on this side, 12 inches on the other side, and we were moving.
That's
I'll be out there in a minute.
Work is fun to the gas. This is working the gas. I just love seeing this work. Yeah, it had challenges, but everything does.
so we're gonna. I got a great question. You guys are gonna love this next part when I ask this dude. Oh.
All right, I posted in my thing. Oh yeah, man, it's gone. All right, we've got to follow the headless horseman there. Look over to your right, yeah, man. You will see, which of course you can't hear me because
This is
it's
the Adams
off.
family home. It says the front parlors of homes in the late 1800s were formal, used for entertaining visitors. I lost my track. Certain homes, weddings, okay, used for
It's the
entertaining
Addams family.
visitors and housing, hosting weddings and funerals. The back parlors were places for families to relax. Family and friends met, entertained, and relaxed on the porches and in the parlors of this typical small town home, Michigan home. George Matthew Adams grew up in this modest home. His column, Today's Talk, appeared in newspapers across the country. It was influenced by his religion, upbringing, and inspirational tone appealed to the average American. Adams' father was a Baptist minister, and his parents raised their 5 children to have strong morals. House was built 1840 in Saline, Michigan. Additions were made about 1870.
You look to your right, you got your farmer.
Yeah, we're gonna check him out, and we're gonna pull up here first. And I wonder what this one is, though. And then we're gonna flip right around. It's a cabin, small cabin, guys.
Charles Steinmetz cabin. Charles Steinmetz was regarded as the greatest electrical engineer of his day. Built his cabin in addition to a few other buildings to create Camp Mohawk. His distraction, free retreat. Standing a little more than 4 feet tall, Steinmetz overcame a painful spinal deformity, probably driving around a little scooter like yeah, man. To student mathematics and engineering at a German university. He later came to the United States and found work with General Electric Company there. And in the cabin, he came up with ways to make alternating current practical and useful. Charles Steinmetz was surprised when Camp Mohawk was struck by lightning, shattering a large mirror. That twist of fate led to some of the greatest investigations into electricity. And you see over there a guy working the farm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, man, take this journey. So, Maytalk's family home.
Give you a shot of the sign before we head on in there. Y'all can check it out. Maddox family home. 1880, guys. How you doing? Pretty good.
Welcome to the Maddox house. If you have any questions, if there's anything you want to know right off the bat about the place, feel free to ask. Otherwise, head on in.
They had man buns in the 1800s.
I think they did actually.
They may have.
Yeah, they just call them top knots.
Top knot? All right. Then they changed the name. I'll give them that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a reasonably, it was a common enough fashion in certain parts of the world. Nothing new under the sun.
I had to mess with them. This is.
Gentle ribbon makes the world go round.
I've seen this before, where they insulated with the newspaper and all that.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
yep.
For a subsistence farming family, you got to make do with what you got.
That's right.
They can always feed themselves, but money could present an issue, and so what you got is newspaper. Newspaper works for wallpaper, works for insulation.
Wow, very cool. Now, if you guys realize, that's a tiny bed.
Make sure you leave a thumbs up.
Here's the. First time I've been in here. Oh, yeah. Paper, very interesting. Right on out the back door. Got the dog house. Got the grapevines. Canning. Yep. Oh, Coachism's hooked that up. They had a URL code to scan, and it put you up on the big screen. She was so excited. They got chickens. All right. Very cool. And a rooster, obviously. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah.
Dude, you got wild squirrel right there. It's a big sucker. That guy's well fed here at the village.
He's a fat little squirrel.
Yeah, he is. Whoa.
Oh, he getting attacked. I got that on camera.
Yeah,
Oh,
going for more.
Yeah.
Watch out, don't get hit by a car. You'll get attacked. Model Ts aren't fast, but they're unwielding. Hey, that's our guy. That was our dude.
Oh. All right, we'll head up to this one.
Yeah.
This house got grass growing on the roof or moss. Sounds of America Gallery.
Music was an important part of everyday life in the 1800s. People enjoyed singing and playing instruments, seeing live performances. In the days before songs could be recorded, Americans entertained themselves by playing music and singing. Families and friends sang together at home, while the communities organized dances, parades, and concerts. In the 1860s, musical instruments could be found in most American towns, homes, whatever, and America's music publishers fed a growing demand for easy-to-play sheet music. This was built in 1830 in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania.
That's cool. Old phonograph. There's even the doggy.
Yeah, man, it has some people joining him in there.
Oh yeah. Brass instruments, woodwinds, as they're called. Yep. Very cool, very cool. Coach is just going to watch from the curb on live stream
right now
as I go in buildings. Should we walk straight across to, or wait till we come around? We'll wait till we come
got the
around.
restrooms over that way. I think I'm going to head that way pretty soon.
Okay.
I'll make sure I leave my mic with you.
Well, you don't want to hear kaplunk?
Oh, I'm not going to. Yeah, anyway. How did Lila get on the Jumbotron? Did you explain that to Hunter?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I gave him an update how Coach Ism's got the URL going.
Yeah, and I told man,
Before
because I've done it before.
Yep.
I was like, man, get ready to film. Because there's nothing like.
Yeah, I think
it
that's
was our
the
first
best
time ever being on the Jumbotron, and you got it on film, and it will, as long as you didn't lose it.
Nope.
We'll forever be able to remember. First time on the Jumbotron.
That's the bathroom right here?
I don't know.
Oh, it might be down the end.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
This place this is like an all-day thing.
Yeah, it is.
And we've been here on live stream for almost an hour and 35 minutes already.
Wow.
We ain't hardly seen anything. Like we got all down that road to go.
Yep, yep. This is the Luther Burbank Gardens office.
Every building is unique to itself, guys. There you go. This is an office. Very cool.
No.
Is that it?
Over here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Let's put it on the thing. Yep, you're good. I'm gonna go look at the one behind us over here. This is a garden office, is what it's called, guys. This is the garden office. Oh no, I don't want that. There we go. Now we'll fix it. All right. Plant breeder Luther Burbank had an international reputation that drew tourism to his 40-acre experimental farm in Santa Rosa, California. Burbank created more than 800 new varieties of plants, including popular hybrids and new species. His plant creations remain part of our lives today, from Shasta daisies to the russet Burbank potato, North America's most widely cultivated potato. Burbank opened his Bureau of Information building in 1910 to serve visitors so he could spend more time on his research and less time with guests. Here, people could purchase seeds, postcards, and other items they read about in Burbank catalog. Burbank argued for parents to protect plant breeders' creations. 12 of his inventions received patents after his death with the passage of the Plant Patent Act of 1930. Built in 1909, Santa Rosa, California. Very cool, very cool. Yep. So right behind us over here, we're going to go see what this is. Oh. This is the Heritage Slave Quarters. And it says this brick quarter, one of 52 of this plantation, and its furnishing is provided by a widow of the lives of 2001 enslaved African Americans at Hennington Hermington Plantation in coastal Georgia in 1850. The enslaved African Americans who worked at the Heritage Plantation cultivated rice and manufactured bricks, rice barrels, cast iron products, and lumber in a series of steam-powered mills. They had a little control over their lives, which were full of uncertainty, yet they strived to keep their family, community, and culture intact. Brick slave quarters are very rare. Bricks were used as a building material here because brick material was an important industry on the Hermitage Plantation. That's very wild. Let's go take a walk. Oh.
No separation, the tears and the sobs, the last kiss, the last goodbye. And he, my father, gone forever. My father and mother kept up a regular correspondence for years, and the most precious, momentous reminders were the favorite old letters that he wrote, full of love and always hoping the future would bring brighter days. And every letter is a message for me. Tell my darling little Lizzie White to be a good girl and to learn her book. Kiss her for me and tell her that I will come to see her someday.
Yeah, surname. I heard about the surnames, and it was basically the slave master's name. Very
Jacob
interesting.
Sawyer, an enslaved man from South Carolina, was not freed until the end of the Civil War. Jacob Sawyer explains why enslaved persons were not permitted to use their African names. I never learned the name my father went by before he was brought to this country. I only know that he stated that Colonel Dick Singleton gave gave him the name William. His father also had a surname, Short, which he could not use in public.
Oh.
All right, I'm back, folks. I have no clue where Yeah Man is.
Whew.
Oh, now I have a clue. Yeah Man.
Here I come.
I'm back.
All right, we're gonna head back up that way.
I think we can hit this way and head.
Yep. Okay.
Because this is a toll bridge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. We'll wander all over.
And then I think it takes us right back to where we want to go.
All righty. I want to rock. I want to rock.
Sorry that there's no live music here.
Yeah. My dad used to say somebody got paid a lot of money to sing that song, let them sing it.
There you go. And across the road there, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go right in the middle.
So you can look at the prices here. This is a toll booth. They charge for sheep per score, 8 cents. Hogs per score. Cattle, 18 cents for mules. Horse and the rider was 5 cents. Horse leading, 5 cents.
And this
all the way
is
to coaches.
Go over the covered bridge.
Yes, that we're about to go over. This was a toll.
Yep.
Yeah, man's not going to run me over.
Got some cars coming.
That's the Rocks Village tour or toll house. Got a covered bridge. It's the Ackley Covered Bridge. Covered bridges served as an important purpose. They were connecting busy roads and towns. Community members often came together to build a bridge. More than 100 men helped work on this bridge. The wood and stone came from the farms of Daniel and Joshua Ackley. This was built in 1832 near West Findlay, Pennsylvania, on Wheeling Creek or over Wheeling Creek. And we're crossing over a moss-covered pond. Yeah, man's thing is really bouncing.
Whee!
Hey. 25 cents.
Whew.
They're covered bridge concessions over there that's closed.
Yep. Did you show him the Edison lab? We didn't hit it yet, honey.
That's on the way back.
Yep, we didn't get there yet.
We're on the way to the tavern.
Yep. Did you show him the Edison lab? That's the original one from New Jersey because Dearborn has the real one and Edison has a replica. Okay. We'll make sure he sees that, he said.
We got some Canadians.
We got to talk to security first.
This is where we could ride the train.
Oh, then they pick you up back here too.
Yep. And watch out, we'll come after you.
Yeah, buddy, how you doing?
What's up, eh?
That one's eating its own. I don't want to say nothing. He's kind of crazy. He's scratching real good.
I don't think the Model T cars go over that bridge as rough as that was.
No, they do. It's just today, right now, Coach. They're doing a. I'm all confused. Here we go. They're just going a different route.
Okay.
I have video with Lila when we were here. We came through, and then we came up here and made a left.
Ah, okay.
No, I'm not even sure if they have the paddle boats. No, they do have.
Okay. Lila just finally waking up.
Oh, there you go. Busy night last night.
Should we head into this one?
Sure, I'll read. It is the Giddings family home.
Oh, this is pretty cool looking from here.
All right, this home, built for John Giddings, a rural Exeter, New Hampshire, or in rural Exeter, New
Can you
Hampshire,
hear, Coach?
overlooked a tidal river
That was the
that
first thing we
flowed
did.
from the
was
Atlantic
the
Ocean,
cars.
connecting the town to a profitable West Indies trade route. Ship owners like Giddings move lumber, barrel, staves, fish, and other agricultural products from Exeter to islands in the Caribbean.
Hello.
The ships returned loaded with sugar, rum, well, I could go with some rum, and molasses. The other goods, and other goods, Exeter built ships carried goods that increased the numbers of colonists in British North America sought by the 1760s. Giddings' investment in this commercial gave his family a life of relative comfort, access to a range of tableware, textiles, and other fashionable wares.
And they would trade them there. And it
Interesting.
would be for a different type of cargo. So actually human beings were taken there. And this was the transatlantic slave trade that was happening since New Hampshire, the whole New England area at that time was heavily based on trading. A lot of people don't really associate it with
The
trading.
West Indies trade linked Exeter to Africa. Enslaved Africans in the Caribbean produced sugar, rum, molasses. Sometimes Afro-Caribbeans became sailors to Exeter ships or
But when he went to Barbados to buy
stevedores
goods from there,
on its wharves loaded and unloaded cargo. At least 50 enslaved people lived in Exeter in 1767. This house was built in 1750. And you can go upstairs, just don't fall down.
As you look at the beautiful architecture and the beautiful furniture that's here, and the prosperity that John Giddings would have had, also consider that due to the economic system that was going on at that
I
time.
don't even know if you guys can hear me. If you can, let me know. I guess I can check on the.
Direct result of human trafficking, global human trafficking.
Okay.
Let me turn my volume up. So
Wow.
you might...
Thank you. That's very informative.
Wow, you can. Okay, cool.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah.
I'm checking, and you can hear me.
Thank you.
I'm still way out at the street,
Check
and
the
he's like
upstairs,
way
too.
in the building on the second floor. He's beckoning me to come in. They can still hear me.
Oh, yeah.
These things are pretty good.
Got both ears at the same time, maybe, but it's all good.
This was built in 1750.
Yeah, she gave me a rundown, too.
Oh, there's somebody in here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, go upstairs.
I'll let you go upstairs.
Oh.
I'll be here to catch
That's
you.
the trick I'm saying. You just, look at that.
I'll be here to catch you.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good. I'm out there reading the thing. Or it was. Yeah, I got a mic up here. He's got a mic on him.
Yeah, we both do.
Yeah. Yep.
Very cool.
So welcome to the Giddings home. This home is owned by John Giddings,
Mhm.
who was a merchant and a ship owner in 1760, New Hampshire, Exeter. Shipping was a basic of the economy at that time. But part of the shipping that was happening would have been trafficking humans from Africa and over into the Caribbean islands like Barbados, where they would be forced into free labor. And Mr. Giddings himself was not,
That's good to know.
He did not own people, he did not trade people, but he did benefit from the labor that they were doing on the islands, the free labor that was happening here. The world was benefiting from it because it was basically a system of human trafficking that was a global human trafficking. So as you look at our beautiful architecture here, like he lived a prosperous lifestyle, him and his family. Also consider that there were others who were not living. This was done on the backs of other people who were not afforded.
All right, honey. Feed the honey badger. Very interesting.
Is this your first visit here, or you all members?
Yes.
Your first visit?
I'm a member. His first visit. All the way.
I'm from Houston, so
it is always beautiful when you can bring others to
yes.
enjoy
Yes.
the village. I hope you're enjoying your time.
Very much.
Thank you.
All right. Make sure did you stop at Menlo Park already?
I grew up in New Jersey, right around the corner from Menlo Park.
Okay, so we sold it for you. That's what one lady said. One lady was from Edison, New Jersey.
That's where I'm from.
And she said, "Oh, I'm in the house. I'm in the place that they stole from us."
That's yes, because there's well, like they say, there. What we have in Jersey is replica, and what they have brought here is the originals.
And it's odd, but we have to call it a replica.
Right.
Because less than 50% of it was salvageable.
Oh, okay.
But it is the real building. Like
see, that's like over there. They're building a house, so that's just a replica.
No, that's the house.
That's the house.
They're just
reassembling.
Okay. That's what Henry Ford did.
Okay. Yeah, took it down, brought it.
Cottage next door, like he would take it apart. That came from Britain, from England.
Okay. Yeah.
It over,
yeah.
and put it all back together based on pictures and.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys have
all
a great
right.
day.
Yeah, definitely.
You said Houston?
That's where I'm from, yeah.
Okay, I got a niece that's in school down there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
She's gonna stick there. Been in Michigan, Hawaii, and now she's in Houston. She better graduate out of
U of H?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's the
Yes. Yeah, that's our big one. We don't have the University of Texas stuff, but little U of H, it'll do. All right, you too.
There's a nice lady inside also tells you about it. Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to head over to the England house.
See, a lot of people, Coach, I get a kick out of, they don't understand, like the Civil War was based on owners and non-owners.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just North versus South. There was a reason.
Well, as they would teach us in the South, it was also over states' rights.
Yep.
And not just the owners and the non-owners. But we're all good.
They are coming up here on...
That was also included in it as well, but yeah. Because of course, back in those days, before the Civil War, states were like the main thing. Like you identified yourself as a Texan before you identified yourself as an American or
Clotsworld?
Virginian before American, and then after the Civil War, it became an American citizen. All right, this is pretty nice with the
flowers and all.
Yeah, the garden and dude, we got like a little cafe area over here.
Yep.
To
let's check it out.
Sit in. I don't think it's a cafe, but I think I'm gonna get some film of this.
Go around this way first. Like Coach Isms is right. The beautiful flowers and all this work. Beautiful sculptures of this building. Concrete floor.
Got like a little patio area.
Very interesting. Snuff box.
Definitely use your scooter.
You can ride it for a few.
No,
if you
no,
want to.
I'm good on walking.
Because I need to walk a little, ride a little, walk a little. Yep, Lila finally woke up.
Good morning, Lila.
Yep. This is interesting. They have it all numbered, and you can look at what's in the case, and it tells you what they called the stuff back then. Yep. Pause and zoom, and the best you can.
Get a tour of them here.
Yeah, every building has a person that's very informative. How are you?
Hi there, I'm Peachy. How about you?
Well, I'm Joel.
Joel, hi Joel, I'm Sue.
Good to meet you.
That's Stu. It's your first.
I'm a member.
First time here?
I'm a member.
Okay.
But I brought this gentleman. He's all the way from Houston.
Oh my.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So you're the microphone, I take it.
We're both the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
We're live on YouTube.
Well, hi there, YouTube.
You want to share it with anybody? We're called the Yeah Man Variety Channel.
Oh, okay.
So you could put
Yeah,
Henry Ford Village and Yeah Man, and my video will come up.
YEAH.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want some information?
Sure. Do you mind being on camera?
I don't mind.
You can watch it.
Okay.
See that? Now we can hear you even better.
Okay.
Coach stands next to you.
All right.
You want to? He's actually going to use this for his students.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a teacher.
He's a teacher in
Okay.
Houston.
All right. What do you teach?
I teach health and PE, but I do a couple of
You
history
get fun
classes.
stuff to show them.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool. I like that. So, all right, we on?
Yeah.
All righty.
rock and rolling.
Well, welcome to the Cotswold Cottage. This was a house that was built in 1619 and came all the way from England. Henry Ford and his wife liked to vacation in this area quite a bit, and he really liked the architecture of the buildings. So when he was building his village, he thought one of these houses would look really nice here in the village, and I agree with him. So we got the house and the barn first.
Okay.
So they actually had sheep in the pen over there when they first opened the village. They were called Cotswold Lions because they had curly wool and it was kind of a golden brown color. So they looked like lion's mane sitting out there. And then the other building that looks like a little lighthouse is a dove house. So doves would stay there, and then the people could gather the eggs for breakfast, maybe grab a dove or two for dinner that night, and then collect the bird manure to use for fertilizer for all the gardens that they had. So it was over 700 burlap bags full of bricks and flagstones, and about 250 crates full of things like windows and doors. And then they brought it here. And then they actually had to bring a couple of guys from England to help put the house back together because the builders here in America didn't know how to put these kind of together.
That's amazing. I like how this is in each room. It tells you
Yeah.
the names of what they call the items.
Yeah. So the people who lived here probably wouldn't have used pewter that much. When they were eating, they probably had more crockware to eat from.
Okay.
That they would have used these just mostly for fancy occasions or for company. But it's all pewter, and a lot of times they'll call pewter the poor man's silver.
Okay.
So they definitely wouldn't have had silverware. They were farmers and sheep herders. So, but some fancy dishes there. I don't know if any of those were made by Paul Revere, though. So we do have stuff in the museum that he made.
That's cool.
So,
You see that stuff.
Yeah.
well, you need to make sure to take them on a tour of the gardens out there because
we
they're
will.
sure pretty.
We noticed how beautiful
Mhm.
the surrounding of the house is.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
So,
Well, thank you.
all righty, you're quite welcome.
All right.
So,
Very good. I see my microphone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
all right,
Thank you.
you're quite welcome.
Yes.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
All right, guys, thanks. Have fun today.
Thank you.
Yep. Walk. Oh, look at that. We seen a squirrel getting chased by a bird earlier. And that squirrel, we said that squirrel's eating good. He's fat. That's a cool little monk.
Yeah, there's about 4 of them out there today. They've been chasing each other. I put some seeds out there. He tried to duck some up under that.
Ah, that explains.
I'm surprised he's still out here.
Very cool. He's
Be on your channel.
There you go.
there it is. Thank you.
Alrighty.
All right, let's go over this way. Yeah, this is wild. Beautiful. And they got green grass. Yep, the barn. And then that was for the birds.
So this is that barn that they used to have sheep in.
Yep.
Yep, and the birds. Yep.
All cool stuff.
We got an old windmill over there. And Aunt Bertha coming.
Okay. Grab my cart.
Yep, yep.
Is that a stable?
It's a forge.
A what?
Forge.
A forge. Oh, this should be an interesting building to see.
It's the Cotswold Forge. Blacksmiths used to heat and shape iron into items such as tools and hardware. The Stanley family worked in this shop as a blacksmith in the English village of Snow Hill. For many generations, Charles Stanley, who died in 1909, was the last of his family to work in the trade. By the late 1800s, blacksmiths were only making repairs on items that previous generations had blacksmiths created. This was built in the early 1600s in Snow Hills, Worcestershire, England.
Blacksmithing was an elemental trade, both in terms of the activity itself, shaping and manipulating hot iron using hammer and anvil, and in terms of the trade's place in the community. Even the tiniest village or settlement needed the services of a blacksmith to make essential.
Very cool. Look at the size of that anvil.
Door latches, the kind of thing we're now used to buying in any hardware shop.
This was built in the early 1600s.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And because it's all hardened steel, it'll last forever.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, folks. Big old pump right there for air. Going into the system. Comes down that pipe, as you can see, and that pipe goes up underneath to blow the air in. Very cool. All right. 18.
So yeah, by the end of the, we got the train. We'll be riding that soon.
Yep.
Well, not soon, but we'll be riding that at some point.
Yep, we're going that.
After we eat. We gotta go visit our buddy Stanley or whatever his name was.
His wife's got a table for us.
Yep, she's saving it for us. And Hunter, no, you can't buy Jake, you can't buy the hat. All right, this is the Daggett farmhouse. Like other farm families living in hardscrabble northeastern Connecticut during the 1760s, Samuel Daggett and his family relied largely on their own skills and hard work. Oh, you can smell the train smoke. Oh, it's billowing right by me. All right, in order to provide for his family, Samuel Daggett did a variety of things. He worked the family farm, built houses, and made furniture. His wife Anna spun yarn and made clothing, fed the animals, and taught their children how to read and write. Like other families in the area of Connecticut, the Daggets used, sold, or traded items they made for those they needed. Samuel Daggett held many jobs like many other people in his community, sometimes even pulled teeth. This house was built in 1754 in Andover, Connecticut. 1754.
I'm waiting for you because there's another person to talk.
Oh, my
I
bad.
didn't want you reading and them talking.
Okay, well, I could shut up. You just tell me
No,
shut
no,
up,
no,
folks.
no. But I noticed what a lot of what's on those,
Yeah.
they tell us.
True, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you're fine, little girl. Go ahead. I like the steps for the window.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Hello.
You can smell the oldness.
Welcome to the Daggett Farmhouse. You're walking through the year 1760 right now. And we're showing you what a typical farming family in Andover, modern day Andover, Connecticut would be doing. So right now you can see my friend cooking our midday meal right now. So you can see we have our chicken fricassee going. That's what's in the pot that she just moved back onto the coals there. And then that's going to be, it's kind of a brown sauce. We thought it was going to be white, but it came out a little bit more brown than we were expecting. And it'll have chicken inside of it. So the Daggett family owned chickens that they could have butchered and eaten, as well as get their eggs from. Which brings us to our next dish, which is in our bake kettle off to the right behind her. You'll be able to see it in just a moment here. And that one is our sweet egg pie. Is that what it's called? Sweet egg pie.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like trying to remember. I misspoke earlier. But it's gonna have it actually has hard-boiled eggs in it and some fruit that we got out of our garden this morning. So some currants and I believe black raspberries in it. And it'll get baked off. And then we also have dressed parsnips boiling there at the top. You can kind of see us cooking every single way you pretty much would cook over the fire right now. You have a frying pan going, you have something hanging over the fire to boil, and then you also have our bake kettle going, as well as our toaster out front. So that'll be served with the chicken fricassee.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but as you walk through the home, feel free to look around. It was built by Samuel Daggett. He and his wife Anna lived here. They had 3 kids, all under the age of 5 in 1760, the year we show you. And as you walk around, you're actually walking on floorboards that are older than the United States of America.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome. Feel free to walk through our kitchen garden out back as well. The Daggets would have had one similar, but it would have been much larger than ours.
Cool. Windmills. That's what's making
spinning yarn.
Spinning yarn, yeah.
Let us know if you folks have any more questions as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very informative. That's what we've been enjoying.
You could smell just the oldness of this place.
You guys could smell this place, guys. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
So what time's lunch?
It's called dinner, and as soon as we're done. So if you look around, you'll notice we don't have any clocks here in the Daggett home. That wasn't a thing the Daggets would have had access to at the time, and so we just eat when we're done.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, Jake, coaches is going to use this for school, so don't be putting messed up comments.
No, I think
Be a grown-up.
I'm gonna edit stuff.
Edit. All right.
You can go ahead and have at it, Jake.
He's agreeing with the guys at the liquor store. Hey, he loves somebody so much. So what are we doing in this pot, babe?
No, that pot is like a modern rain barrel. It just collects water so we can have something for the garden.
Gotcha. All right. And this is the garden. A lot of different stuff.
I do know that's garlic, or right there with the little buds.
Oh, okay.
Because that's like the one thing I grow in my backyard, and it goes nuts.
He called it a cannibal soup pot. It could be though, Jake. All right. I'm gonna give you that one, buddy. My #1 member.
Yeah, he gets privileges.
Yeah, he does get privileges to bash Donald and everything. All right, my #1 dude.
Go over to the windmill now.
Yup. Look at that thing. Here we go. Get you a good shot at the windmill.
Ladies are all gathering in the room because they're getting ready for their meal.
Very cool. All right. There we go, model. Oh.
This one is roped off.
I'm gonna go right over.
It's a Ferris windmill. Oh, yeah, man, it's going off.
Whee!
So it's built in the mid 1600s, Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
An Amish. Jakey Pooh, I may travel to Amish country just for you. I've been thinking about going to Lancaster County, you know, where all those Amish people, so I could thank them for voting for your buddy. Yep.
Yeah, Trump got the Amish out.
That's right. He got the Amish out. Yeah. This is the Plymouth family home.
Plymouth family home. This was built in the early 1700s in Sudbury, Massachusetts.
Oh. Very cool, Jake. I camped there as a, growing up. I loved it. When you hear about the grocery store there, the Amish one, Yoder's, I knew the owner. Oh, this is interesting. 5 minutes dramatization, use language.
Yes. Yeah, man, we'll be anointed with holy water soon.
Oh, it's very, very cool hanging out Amish. I love Amish stuff. All right, we're getting her. This worked out. This is working out great. Very interesting building. And some of these buildings, I've never live streamed guys at the village, so this is the first. So
we got a guy sitting on the porch over here. So we'll get more introduction to stuff here. Got a guy on the porch over here to the left.
Oh, we're gonna head down there.
Yep, yep. Susquehanna Plantation, 1816 to 1836.
Do you mind me giving you a mic for your talking?
Oh, I don't mind.
It helps me catch your voice much better.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Just,
Very much.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
Well, welcome to Susquehanna Plantation from St. Mary's County, Maryland. This was a 700-acre tobacco and wheat plantation under the ownership of Henry Carroll, who's the 5th wealthiest man in St. Mary's County, Maryland. And this is in southern Maryland. And 1860 is the year that you're walked into. In 1860, just prior to the Civil War, Maryland was a divided state. They never seceded from the Union, but Northern Maryland was anti-slavery, Southern Maryland was pro-slavery, and on this 700 acres of tobacco and wheat, there would be 75 enslaved people that live and work out in those tobacco fields in little wooden shacks with dirt floors that they would share with about 10 to 12 other enslaved people or so. Inside, Henry Carroll has, at times, when, according to the history, has about 6 children that live inside this house. It is not your typical Southern antebellum home. You are right on the eastern seaboard on the banks of the Patuxent River off the Chesapeake Bay. So you build your house long and narrow to take advantage of the breezes that come off the bay. So this is a gun barrel or tidewater house. So you're just in front of the Civil War. So there's a lot of decisions being made. If you're Henry Carroll, you're wondering how you're going to hold this together while the war is right on your back porch. And if you're one of the enslaved population, this is your opportunity to run and escape to the north. It's only a few miles away to freedom. But if you escape, they're going to punish your family for what you did. And so that is the choices that are being made in this house as we approach the Civil War. So welcome to the house. Inside, it's a very modest house. Again, not like your typical Southern antebellum homes. Mr. Carroll is just simply not interested in showing off his wealth with the magnitude of his home. He shows that off with the amount of acreage, his crops, and his 75 enslaved people. So thanks for coming. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll be right here on this porch practicing my sitting.
Awesome.
I'm already practicing too.
Coaches, he's over there practicing right now. All right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your day with us today.
Informative. Very, very. You guys, this is my first time walking the village. You guys are out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yep. Very cool. All right, come on, let's go in and look in.
All right.
Very interesting. Let's see. Yep, coming from different directions. Oh, that's a wood burning stove going into a fireplace. Very cool. Now the Susquehanna River runs directly by where my grandparents lived in Pennsylvania.
So you could open a window here.
Yeah.
The breeze would blow all the way through the house. The other side.
And I've felt it like when I lived down the shore. Where's the PS5 on the big screen? Jakey
Once
Poo.
again, you get a Yeah Man exclusive here.
Yep.
You
This
don't
is
get
content,
this,
folks.
Don't get this on every channel.
I know, but one of my great listeners, if you go at the right time, he may be stapling paper to his head.
It's true. Allegedly.
Woo! My seat got warm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We're working on the best time we can have right now.
I say let's go hit your Edsel place.
NYX.
Oh, Nix.
Nix.
What's up, Nixie?
Yeah.
This is Coachism and
appreciate Jakey Poo hammering this one out and saving it out to everybody.
We are here at the Henry Ford Museum.
Oh, this is the Greenfield Village.
Yes, but it's a part of the
Henry Ford.
Yes.
Yep. Not to correct you, sorry.
That's okay.
I was saying that too in my title. I kept writing Henry Ford. But I'm like, wait a minute. This is not called the Henry Ford Village. It's the Greenfield Village, you know?
All right, we're going to go over to the Edsel Museum or whatever it is, house.
Right over here to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. Which will go straight down over here.
We can go back over the bridge or we can go straight.
No, we go straight because we came around, right? We didn't go in these houses, did we? Yeah, we did these. No, we didn't.
No.
We did that one though.
We did that one. Yeah, we
Okay.
picked it up from here.
Right. So now we got to go.
We
over
did.
the-
I think you did the front of these.
Yes.
We haven't done these two.
Right. That's the two we got to do. Okay. So we'll do those two and then over there.
Yep. This is the Noah Webster home.
Yep. Let's go on over.
Let's see if there's anybody in there.
Ooh. Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
1823.
I hope we got good quality picture, guys. At times I lose the quality.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we are.
We are fully charged though and doing great.
Oh, nice. AC.
Oh.
Yeah, hello. We have a.
48. Hi.
Let me shut this door.
Well, thank you.
This was the home of Noah Webster and his family. They purchased it in 1823. It was located in New Haven, Connecticut. At that time, he was 65 years old, and he had already been working on the first American English dictionary for 23 years.
Can I hand it?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. My mics are so, what is the word I want to use? They don't pick up the background. They're like
that's
direct.
sensitive?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So like you'll be whispering.
Right. No problem. Yeah. So it was in this home that Noah Webster lived. It was his wife, Rebecca, their youngest daughter, Louisa, their adopted granddaughter, Mary, and then one live-in servant named Lucy. And at that time, he was, like I said, compiling the first American language dictionary.
Wow.
Other dictionaries already
Oh, this is
existed at
Webster.
that point, but his goal with this new one was to make a very distinct American language and culture. So part of that was he actually changed the spellings of words, eliminating some unnecessary letters. You'll see still to this day when you go to England, they'll have the U in color. That was Noah Webster who took that out to make it more phonetic and easier for people to understand.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. So that was published in 1828. At the time, he was 70 years old. It was 2 volumes and contained over 70,000 words. Mm-hmm.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Explain why Henry Ford would pick this house to.
It's amazing because that's a dictionary guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go upstairs, which you are allowed to,
Okay.
you'll see his study where he actually did a lot of the work.
Okay.
And there's a copy of one of the first editions of it. It's one of the
Oh.
last remaining ones.
Awesome. All right. We'll go up.
Yep. Just don't fall.
Oh boy.
This is the Webster home. Noah Webster is most famous for.
Oh. Oh. Very cool. Yeah, Jake's number one. That's right. My number one dude. Yes, that was the shagging room.
This is the shagging room.
Wait. Here's another shagging room, Jake. Nick's told Jake to behave, and he goes, "Why? I'm the member." I'm a member.
He is the member.
He is my member. He is my only dude. Yep. Here's your shagging room, Jake. All right, we gotta behave ourselves.
Webster's dictionary stuff over here.
Very nice. And I guarantee you that's all dovetailed, and this furniture is indestructible. Well.
Webster, who taught millions, or just who taught millions to read, but not one to sin.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
And
These are the
here's-
books.
I think this is, I think she said there's like an original first copy or something.
Yeah. Amazing, guys.
Nope, we got another.
Didn't even realize it walking in what it was. But now you do. Yes, he is, Jake. Yep, that's what he does. In fact, he said like he's going to use this when he goes back with his students. So you're going to be famous. You got a back stairway?
Mm-hmm.
I think they added this.
Well, maybe. You know what? This shows what's on the second floor for those that cannot.
Ah.
We've got an 8-minute video.
And definitions drawn from American experiences. It was a monumental task. 70,000 entries.
You're all right, Jakey. We're having fun. That's all that matters.
Little video in there.
Okay. Like I said, this is probably the additional.
But the best efforts of Noah Webster were not enough to create a nation in which everybody could read and write. That is still a problem today. But through his book,
So this is, yeah.
and especially his dictionary, Webster made a name for himself.
Yep. Very
and a
cool.
lasting contribution to education.
Coach is going to sit out here.
All right. No, they didn't have TVs back then. Jake's like, geez, they had TVs back then.
It was that dude that went back in time. You know,
That's
you see him
right.
in the picture every now and again.
That's right.
Random guy with the cell phone.
Yep.
In the 1860s.
He had an iPhone.
Yep. That was Webster.
There you go. Out the side door. Next thing you know, Jake's going to be like, they had wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, they had soccer goals back then too. Look.
Yep. See over there, soccer goals.
Or football, as you would call it.
Yes. Foosball.
Or footy.
Yep.
That's what they would, well, yeah. Oh, there's the Yami Mobile. Just sitting there, getting hot.
Coach, we heard that sneaky part you did before, LOL.
Oh, which one?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
Sneaky
either.
parts.
I'm being sneaky all the time. You got to go back and rewatch.
Yep.
Sounds like a goose.
It does. All right, let me pull the jitney down here. Got my own personal ride.
Oh, this
guys.
is like a colonial house. All right, I'll do some reading before we go into this one.
Oh,
this is the Robert Frost home. Greek revival style. Appealed to Henry IV. He moved this to Greenfield.
That's our next house
Village.
right there.
1937.
Coach is gonna. You gonna read that?
It's Robert Frost. The Robert Frost home.
Robert Frost home. Oh.
He wrote many poems. This was built around 1835. Wonder if we have a tour guide in here. This one's got an open door policy, so probably not.
Very cool though.
Yeah, I like the.
So you enjoying this?
I like the feel of this house.
Okay.
This is like colonial times, is what I've. But. Oh, and my phone's ringing.
Early 1800s. If the household evident as you look around you. Howard
Jake
Brown
likes
was
that.
the University of Michigan's first poet in residence.
Look at pineapple bed.
Pineapple bed.
Frost used stirring imagery of world-leading the light, examining
I'll let yeah man have his time. I'm gonna go out here and have a seat.
We have an extraordinary ability to put into everyday
Beautiful.
life insightful ideas. In this house, Frost wrote poetry and met with students. Located away from the bustling campus, the hallway across the place where his creative spirit and imagination soared. He created several.
How's it going? Oh, that man's coming.
Lots of walking. How you doing?
Yeah, this is a good workout.
Oh.
All right, I think we are concluding this little stretch.
Want to hit this one right behind Coach? Right here, Coach. Right here.
What's up? Oh,
the Edison house.
Oh, this is the Edison house?
Yeah, because there's the placard.
Gotcha. Okay.
I didn't, yeah.
My bad.
And the door's open, so.
All right, let's go.
Oh, that feels good.
Yep. Little breeze under the tree.
Yep. And then you step out in the sunlight.
Yep. Don't worry, in Houston, breeze under the tree means like it still is hot, as if the sun was still beating down on you.
I believe it. Oh, yep, we sure do. Hello.
How are you today?
Wonderful.
Good. Welcome to the Edison Homestead.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Not bad. Keeping cool.
We are keeping cool. We walked into the year 1915 here in the Edison Homestead, about 100 years after the home was originally built, in Vienna, Ontario, by Thomas Edison's grandparents. And keeping cool today with our raspberry ice that we actually made here today. Right now it's kind of more like a compote. We're letting that freeze, so hopefully we can get some juice out of it. But we thought we would sample a little bit here. Kind of just put it into a little bowl there. It was about 4 cups of water boiled into sugar, cup of sugar, with 2 cups of raspberries mashed down and kind of sifted through with some lemon juice as well. So we made some iced tea to go with that as well. So it's pretty good.
Very
cool. Hello there. How are you today? Good. Welcome to the Edison Homestead.
All decorated for the 4th.
We were walking into the year 1915 here, about 100 years here after the home was built.
So this is the home that was stolen? Oh, that's the Edison.
I'm not sure. You could afford the record player.
This is true. That's RCA.
Yeah. That's what I noticed because we saw it over there and there was the dog.
Oh.
All right.
Ugh.
Painting the white picket fence over there.
Oh yeah. They had the Home Depot buckets back then. I don't know that we've done this building.
This one?
No.
That one.
Yeah,
No,
I think you did the red building. Okay. I think because this is where we branched off to go to the restroom. Now this house looks like something that would be in like Colorado or something. A chateau of sorts. Yep. You need to go to the restroom?
No, I have to go down the wheelchair accessible.
Ah.
And I'll double back on the street.
Well, it's down here by it. Yeah. Looks like we're having to change another guard here. This is staff only. What's that? Yeah, I mean, from what just everything I've seen. But this is staff only, so I don't know.
All right.
And I doubt they would want us to go down the stairs.
Well, I bet the placard tells us what the
Yeah, I'll read the placard.
deal is anyway. Oh, excuse me.
All right, so this was Swiss Chalet. This building is patterned after typical home and workshop in the 19th century Swiss watch and clock maker. Henry Ford had great interest in clock and watches and collaborated with Pierre Cartier, the famous watchmaker. I don't know, so Jake, you probably know who that famous watchmaker is, and jeweler. This was start of World War II in Europe in 1939, preventing any further collaboration. Okay, so this house was built in 1935 here in the style of a Swiss clockmaker.
Interesting. Oh, yep, you're good. You're good. All right.
Luther Burbank birthplace.
And people say, who is Luther?
Yeah, that's what I would be saying. Luther Burbank family and his uncle's family shared a large brick home near their brickyard. These two wooden structures were originally wings that stood on each end of the home. Henry Ford moved these timber frame sections to Greenfield Village in 1936, believing the famous plant breeder was born in one of them. This was built in the early 1800s in Lancaster, Massachusetts.
Locked. Try the other one. Some we come in and some we can't.
And young man is attempting to go in. Maybe not. So where was the famous house where Wagon was born? Yeah, man. I think so. I mean, why Wagon Wheel, named after him. Jake's buddy, not so good Abe, was born in one of these houses too. I know, we gotta go. We go over here and to the right. And then this will get us back towards yep.
I'm loving it that the weather held off.
I am too. It was started to sprinkle early.
Yep.
Nothing major. So hope everybody's having a good day today. Yeah.
in a second to unplug it. Hold that for a second. Let me see it. Yep.
So now they're only hearing us from the camera itself?
Yeah, see, they got a charge now. So I'm going to
All right, well.
hold this.
All right. Some live technical issues, peeps.
Yep, we're setting up to go camera. No more microphones. They've all died. We apologize if you guys weren't hearing Coach for a few minutes, but it happens. Sound should be back.
We're going to go eat here in a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, so we'll let these charge up anyway. So we're going to head down that way. All right, you should be able to hear us now. All right, hold me one more time. Hold me, baby, one more time. There we go, we're good. All right. All righty then. Let's go. Look out behind you, Coach. Yep, it worked. I just knew, Coach, to check yours because mine died. But yours just died recently. Well, we got the sound back, so we're good.
Yeah,
we just got to be close now. So here we got
Let's see what we got.
a yellow house. And we got someone in. Yep, so that'll work. Go walk down here with Coach first so we can get what we got. That's all I got.
We're going to end up going this way.
Well, we're going to walk out and right there anyway. But this is the. Probably just go in and let the.
Boarding house.
All right.
Built around 1870 in Menlo Park, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. Would you look at
More
that?
than a dozen unmarried male workers from Thomas Edison's Menlo Park laboratory lived in a boarding house such as this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's go talk to your buddy in there.
Yep. Oh, yeah. She knows. She'd be eyeing it up. We need a room for the night. Look, they're playing blackjack or tonk. Oh. Oh, they got the picture thing to view the pictures. Very cool. Do you tell us anything about the house?
Yeah, I don't want to be videotaped though. You're not videotaping it, are you?
It's pointing this way.
Okay.
Not at you.
Okay.
You can obviously see that.
Yeah, I know, but I meant as far as.
So, not allowed to video the house?
You can video the house if you like.
Oh. I figure you guys would be used to people coming in videoing.
This is the Sarah Jordan boarding house. This is where a lot of the men stayed that worked with Thomas Edison. And this was in Menlo Park, New Jersey. This has been restored in Greenfield Village across the street. All the houses that are got around the picket fence, they're all the buildings that Thomas Edison and his team did many inventions and creations. I don't know if you've been over there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that particular machine shop over there will be the first power plant for them when they brought electricity into this house.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we do know that we can be videotaped. A lot of people ask if we're going to be videotaped.
Yep.
But we don't have to be videotaped. But
No.
we do know that it's part of our.
Thank you. Very interesting. Here's the kitchen. Yeah.
Now this room. I'll get them off of these three. It's the most tiny. Have a window, go find on the floor. In the room next door is Mr. Folsom. You can tell which things are his, girly pictures and fancy big rum. One day I even saw a knife on the dresser. He's a bit wild next to young Mr. Hipple and smart Mr. Lawson, but they all seem to get along, most of the time. Now what's left? Finish the bedrooms. Try to get this all done in the forenoon, but there's still beds to do up and the floor in the small bedroom that needs scrubbing. Then tomorrow's wash day. Pump the water, heat the water, boil the clothes, rinse the clothes, and hang all together.
Very cool with the wood burning stove. It's a split staircase. That's wild. That is very interesting. See. Sarah's bedroom. And this is, they say, Kate's bedroom. Love the stoves. It's very unique. All right. Out the side door. All righty then. I don't know what a Blanco pizza is. Huh? I don't know. All right, where we go? That was an interesting house. Yep. Very interesting narration. Yeah. I just turned around and walked away. Yep.
Hit that backside, then hit the train.
Okay. This is the Menlo Park Complex.
Thomas Edison's Menlo Park office in Hartford. Built in 1929.
Interesting. Very lightly lit. There's his hat. Upstairs, it's blocked off. I like how they do that with the glass.
Yeah.
Should have told that lady, you're lucky I'm not a auditing channel. You know? Very interesting. Very good. Do you mind being filmed?
I do not mind being filmed.
Awesome.
Do it on a less lucky day.
Oh. The last house we were in, the woman seemed to have a problem with it.
Oh, God, I don't care.
So.
There's probably, each one of us up here, there's probably 1,000 plus videos and photos.
Yeah.
Everybody that works here.
Yeah, that's what we figured.
Well, it comes with the turf, but the village says you're
allowed to.
No, they say you're allowed to. We have the right to decline. I don't see much point in that. Why do you
Yeah.
work here?
Why? Yeah, why come work here? If that's you're gonna.
No, you can take as much film footage and
Appreciate
pictures as
that.
you want.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, I'll give you an interesting story. There's a lot of gadgets down here. I will tell you, the building is about 50% original. If you read the sign out front, it says this is a replica.
Right. This is the one that was stolen?
Well,
That's what somebody said.
Pretty much.
I'm from Edison, New Jersey.
Okay, that's what all you guys.
So my significant other likes to argue with me and tells me the one in New Jersey is the fake and the one that's here is real. Real.
Well, the one that's still in New Jersey, that's up in West Orange.
Okay.
And that is real.
Okay.
Now here's the story on this. This was Edison's lab before West Orange.
All right.
And Edison had boarded it up, closed it down in 1886. And Henry Ford doesn't get around to exploring it and thinking about bringing it here until 1929. Well, actually, 27, 28, right in there. When he gets up there, the compound itself, it's in bad shape. Matter of fact, the machine shop there in the library, they were completely gone already. Locals had scavenged all the bricks, and used them in other buildings in town. Rumor has it doors and windows were taken, used in other buildings. This building, and you can go to our website and take a look at pictures of it, but there was only about half of it standing. First floor, when you look at the pictures, largely intact. Second floor, basically just the structural supports. The walls are gone, windows, doors, roof is gone. Well, Henry Ford gathers up what he can, and he works with what was left and uses pictures and blueprints to fill in all the missing pieces. But when he goes down to the building certified as a historical site, he's told since less than 50% of it was still standing, you have to call it a replica.
Gotcha. Understand
now,
that.
I personally think that's a bunch of poppycock. I'm kind of partial, though. I work for the institution. I love it here.
Yeah.
But there was no way to bring the original here. Right. Now, the reason a lot of people in New Jersey claim the buildings were stolen.
Okay.
This was a story I read. It was in a biography of Ford and Edison, and I got to think it's probably plausible. There are a lot of sensational stories told back in the day. There's 7 railroad cars in New Jersey's dirt outside. And they said, Henry Ford and Edison were friends.
Yes, they were.
In order to convince Edison not to look at the buildings anymore, told him, well, they're meant to stay on New Jersey soil forever. And the story was,
I like that.
They brought 7 rail cars, so they still stand on New Jersey soil.
I like
soil.
that.
But I don't think that's what really happened. I think when Ford started looking at the buildings, state of New Jersey was. Now keep in mind, I told you the state they were in. Nobody had taken care of it for over 40 years. But the state of New Jersey, I was told, began looking at legislation to make sure the buildings didn't leak.
Ooh.
So Henry Ford always said, I got to move fast if I want to get this stuff to Greenfield built.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think really happened. He had this dismantled, put on a rail car. The glass house and wood shop you see out there, those were the only buildings that were still 100% intact.
Okay.
And he did gather up 7 rail cars of New Jersey soil. And yes, most of that does sit out here on the ground. But the reason Ford did that more than likely had more to do with archaeology than anything else. Henry Ford knew, as a matter of fact, standard archaeological practice, that if he was going to find any relics from back in the day, it would be in that soil.
Wow, yes, yes.
Yeah, because that's how people got rid of their garbage back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, they buried it out back. Menlo Park in particular, there's a number of stories about all the garbage, light bulbs, things like that, were piled up outside the windows.
You just throw it out the window?
Edison and his men would experiment with light bulbs or whatever, and then they take it, when they're done with it, and just throw it out the window. Edison didn't believe in preserve. He didn't think that way. He didn't say
this is the original building?
Yeah, you missed that part, but it's about
50%.
50%. It was in bad shape.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, if you look at the sign out front, it says it's a replica.
Yeah, that's what I thought it said.
But that's why.
Very cool.
I always tell people,
Photo room, yeah.
we know about 50% of it was still left. Bill Edison stood on this floor, but he didn't stand on that.
All right. Steam. That's what that is.
So they'd have belts attached to these wheels.
And the steam.
And it would be loose, kind of like your
Yep.
bicycles.
Yes.
Like, and then when they would tighten it when they wanted that machine to work.
Yep. Very cool. All right. The telephone room, Coach.
Yeah, that room there represents Edison's early work on the telephone.
It blows me away.
And I will be honest, back in the day, that was the shipping and receiving office.
Okay. Just the way this whole system works, and seen it in multiple buildings, it's amazing. It ran on steam, right?
Yeah, well, here's what you got. This was, when the building was first set up, 1876, this was, the way the building was set up, the actual lab's upstairs.
Okay.
That's where, you know, the ideas were generated, things were experimented with. But once they had something that needed to be assembled, this was the machine shop.
Gotcha.
So it'd be brought down here to be produced. That was the testing room, so it'd be tested over there. Now, the way this room is set up, like, I'll be honest, forget this is even here. This is just here back in the, that's a steam piston.
Right.
But it was just put here for looks back in the day, because it's not, you need a boiler.
Right,
That's what we
right.
think anymore. But here you've got
Ah.
your boiler, here's the steam piston.
Gotcha.
Now, there was a belt that runs up from here to here.
Turned it one.
These are actually drive shafts, if you will.
Yep.
Now, see these units here? See the screw coming out of the model?
Yep.
The easiest way to describe that, that's transmission.
Yeah, so he was saying to tighten it to make it spin and get it going.
Yeah,
Yep.
you turn it one way to make that wheel spin, you turn it another way to shut it down. Well,
Very cool.
these would all be connected to presses or punches. You see all that machinery over at the machine shop.
Yeah.
And you turn it on, of course, now you're good to go. It's driven
Very
by
cool.
belt down to the machine, boom, life is good.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Very non-OSHA compliant. You know, you couldn't get away with that stuff today.
No, I believe you.
I mean, I don't know where you're at in your journey through the village, but as you head back out, not far from Henry Ford's birthplace, there's a machine shop there called
Okay.
Independent Sims.
Okay.
That one is up and operational. They run the machining in there every day.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Very cool. All right, let me catch up here. I got you more, Coach. What do we got?
This here,
We'll hit that on the way back. We'll go to this next building after this.
Okay.
And then it'll take us.
Take us
right
right-
over there, and then that'll head back to your.
My jitney.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, look at that. The woodworking shop. Very cool. Wow. So if you've ever seen a Singer sewing machine, guys, that saw is similar to a sewing machine with the foot pedal to make the thing go up and down. That is very cool. And I'm betting over there also that lathe has it with the foot pedal. That's very cool. All right.
Now this looks like something that I would visualize when I think of Edison. This building.
Okay.
Maybe I've seen it in a history book. Something like
Understand.
that. This right here.
Oh yeah, that's what he was talking about. Wow. It's like the math shop. The foreman's office. Yep, and he showed me there's a nut that they tighten.
Yes.
And that's on the bottom of these that tighten.
Otherwise, it's just running and just
Yep,
spinning and not
yep.
attaching. And meanwhile, the middle shaft is going.
Yes. That's very interesting. Gosh, just to think people have designed this stuff back so many years, hundreds of years ago.
This was like paddle wheels, like a stinking water wheel would
I mean,
operate this.
my thing is when they moved, like when they came to the country, they brought all the ideas and they already knew how to build a house and stuff like that. They just had to cut the trees down and make the planks, and unbelievable. This is a wild, you know, looks like power.
This is a
Generator.
current, yeah.
So it made electricity. Yeah. And that's what this all end is.
This is, yeah.
Wow.
Making machines that lit the lamps.
Yep. Oh.
Edison dynamos or electric generators. Dynamos. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Never heard it called that. Were assembled and tested in the building. Workers would constantly adjust and repairing equipment in search of more efficient, reliable operations. So this is, yeah. So you have some back there that didn't work well.
Right.
And you have those that maybe started working well.
Very cool.
Look at this.
Massive.
This is the power.
Operation.
This is steam, probably steam powered. And
yeah, it's a piston.
but see, they would have like before this it was water wheels that would power the thing. But this is, and then they developed steam engines way before the trains and stuff. And then they were like, oh, we could put this on wheels.
That's exactly how it happened. Okay.
This is where they made the glass tubes for the light bulbs, I think.
That's what he was just telling me about, these couple buildings right here. Yep. So he was very informed.
Yeah, that dude's cool. He didn't mind to be filmed either.
Nope.
That's cool. We should get the names of the people that do stuff like that.
Yeah.
That way they can,
Commend them.
And you can, right.
Kathy does that, write a letter saying these people were
These
great,
were very helpful.
but that woman was horrible.
Yeah.
Was rude too, the way she said it and did it.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm trying to stand next to her and the camera's over there for her voice, and she kept walking away and turning her back on me. And I'm like, I'm out of here.
She didn't even want to be. She was.
She didn't even want to do her job.
Well, she didn't want to be. She didn't want to talk.
Right, and that's her job.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very cool. It's like a sunroom too, which is really cool. All right.
Got a lonely scooter over there.
I know. Good thing they don't steal them in this town.
I'm telling you.
All right.
I don't know where they would go.
How do we get around?
You can go back through that building. I'll put you over here somewhere.
Okay. All right. We got one right now. We had 5. They come and go, folks. Okay, yeah. Yep.
The steam engine.
Massive.
This is where they would boil the water.
Yep. The Barcox Wilcox Builders, New York. Coal. Very cool.
1878. Let's head over to the tavern.
All right. Let me be right back. Ooh. bit of backtracking. I actually have to do some walking, folks. Yep. Oh, here we go. I know where we're heading now. Hey, Chris Bliss. No, they may. I have to ask Coach Isms. We're gonna find. I'll find out. We gotta ask Coach Isms. Is this the place? No, but I do know they have their own craft beers. Yep. I guess you figure out which way Coach Isms went. Yep.
He wants to dress like a pirate. Well, he was like, I think I can.
Where is he? Oh, he's over there. All right, guys. Chris Bliss wants some.
Yes, that's made. Might be made in the Black House.
Could be.
We got a tour guide in here.
Yeah.
This is the Logan Dickens Cider House.
Logan Dickens Cider House. All right.
1840 to 1847.
You mind being filmed? Oh, all right. Well, we walked into a place and the lady told us don't film. And we were like, the building? No, me. And then I showed her I wasn't even filming her. And then I was trying to get her voice and she kept turning her back and walking away from us. Yeah. Yeah. Down in, what house was that? The orange one? The yellow one. That's a cool chimney fireplace.
This was Lincoln.
Yeah, so this was the Logan County Courthouse. It was in a small town called Coastville, Illinois, and it was the county seat of Logan County from 1840 to 1847. It was part of a circuit court system at that time, so twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall, the judges and lawyers would then travel around to all the different towns on the circuit. They'd stay for about a week at a time, and they would take care of whatever business the towns had.
Very interesting. Thank you. Napa, Illinois. And then this just goes up there, but not much going on.
Yeah, nothing up there but storage now.
Very cool. Thank you. That's cool.
So why was it like actually painted black back in the day, or is that?
You know, I'm not super sure if that was the actual color. They are redoing the siding right now.
Okay.
I think when I used to, I worked here like 10 years ago, and I'm pretty sure it was like a darker gray, but
Okay.
definitely not black.
I just didn't know if this was like something they did for.
Yeah, they do try to stick like and be historically as accurate
Yeah.
as like what it would have looked like, but I'm not sure about the color choice now.
Yeah, Chris, we got someone earlier riding one of those big wheeled bicycles. And we have a comment, one of our followers said, I like this place. I love this place. It gives you a feel of what it was like back then.
Yeah.
See
That's
that?
our goal.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
All
I'm
right.
from Texas, and the courthouses in like each county are like exquisite, raw, whatever. So it's just interesting to see, of course, our ages and,
Yeah.
so these places are a lot older than a lot of the ones we had in Texas.
Yeah, and at that time, so 1833 was when Illinois first became a state.
Mhm.
So 1848, which
Okay.
was 7 years after. So they were still trying to get established
I got
where
you.
they
Yeah,
were going
okay.
with everything.
Thank you.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
All
let's
right.
go to the tavern.
All right.
I think my thirst is.
Yep.
Is not a
So should we stream the tavern?
maybe a little bit. And then
Okay.
we'll
And then we'll end it. All right, that'll work.
We'll get the feel of it and then come back afterwards to let everything charge.
Yep.
And,
That works. Let's head
we
that
gotta
way.
Get that whole backside where they.
Yep, so have a
where
part two.
There's a turn. What do they call them? Where they around.
A roundabout?
No, that's when they have the train, the turntable.
Oh yeah.
That's still over there. a
Okay,
roundhouse,
yeah, I think
roundhouse.
they around. Yeah.
And we'll hit that after.
All right, and we know where we're heading. We're heading over to the white building with the
Have some
steeple.
sports of the time over here.
Yeah, I see
We've
that.
got stilts and.
They should let those
like
kids
croquet.
play real lawn darts, right?
Yeah.
Real lawn darts. All right, I'm gonna drive around.
Yeah, I'll meet you over there.
All right, that'll work. Whew. All right, so we're gonna head on in here for something. We're gonna give you guys a check. No, he ain't coming my way. There'll be one.
Yes, which way? And I pointed at you. Right at the right time.
So those people are like, something wrong with that guy. They're like walking away. Hey, that guy was weird.
I was pointing at you, like, oh, there's the ramp. And she's like, oh, well, thank you. Like, how did he know?
How did he know? All right.
Once again, for Mind Fox,
Yup.
the menu here.
The wild rabbit.
Yep, that's what Yeah Man's gonna get.
Yep. Stewed rabbit, beef pasties, dumplings,
Yeah, and
roast chicken sauce.
I hear the squirrel is rather.
Did you see squirrel?
No. I remember that fat one that we came across there.
That's right.
Chased by the
He would have
bear. Yeah.
tasted good.
Yeah, that's.
All right. Yes, please. Thank you. All righty then. Go ahead, Coach. Oh.
You took your keys, right?
Yes. No one's tried to steal it yet.
Well, you never know.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you.
This has like this has that vibe for you.
Oh yeah. Until you get the wrong people around you.
Well, yeah, but that was only one person.
Only one person, yeah. All right. Nice dining room. Very cool. Smells great.
It does.
Yep.
Is this like something? I mean, it's not the time period, but it looks like a Lord of the Rings like tavern type.
Yeah.
You see like Argon sitting off in the corner smoking his pipe.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, so dudes, now that you've seen the inside, we'll catch up with you soon.
We'll come back with a review, maybe some, take some pictures, and we can always edit them in.
Yeah.
What we have.
All right, everybody, later.